Getting set up here. I know I should have done this before, but tough. Deal with it. Deal with it. Plugging it in. Right. And then I'll jump in on mine. What's going on out there? Sorry, there was motion on my security camera. Don't see anything. Too hard to see. Welcome everybody. If you're here, I'm gonna share my live stream. Doesn't look like anyone's here yet though. Oh, 2 people. Hello. We're gonna look at these crazy old, well, this crazy old newspaper tonight. It is from 1904. And we're in like the oldest place in the world. Let's see. Hi, TJ. Let's see. I'm going to share the live stream. Let's see. How do I share? There it is. Hi. Let's see. Share to Discord. Maybe I should lower it so you can get a better look at it. Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. All right. Shirt. I have shirt it. All right, so I've got your comments here because the phone is turned around so that it won't be backwards. And so this way I can see your comments and stuff, and I can see what the camera can see. It'll be easier this way, like that. I will keep the newspaper safe. I'm actually going to take my gloves off for this. And I brought something to spill on it. I'm not going to do that. This is not that kind of channel, but I did make myself a little mocha before I came out here because it is cold out here. So I'm just going to have myself some Colombian here. Hi, Raven. Thank you for the rose. I don't know how to say thank you in Colombian. Is it just Spanish? Gracias. All right, that's a really good mocha. Yummy. That was a ghost mocha. All right, so I tried to read this to you guys last week on Spooky Saturday, and I could not do it because it's too fragile. So what I'm going to do this time, I brought it in here, and I'm going to try to unfold it without like destroying it because it is falling apart. And if I tried to do this with gloves on, I just want to let you guys know that it would absolutely not survive because the gloves were snagging on it really bad. So I'm trying to figure out, it's just really falling apart, how to open this. There doesn't seem to be like a solid. There we go. All right, here we go. We're opening it. Oh my goodness. It's really delicate. There's pieces of it. Okay, here we go. Let me see how that looks when my delay catches up. Okay. It's a newspaper. Oh, it doesn't even have to get torn. It is so delicate that it's just crumbling and falling apart. You can see in the middle. The year of this newspaper, this is from December 26, 1904. It's very stressful. I feel like my jacket is in my own way. Like my jacket is stressing me out. I would like to open it all the way and find the middle of it. Oh my God. It's so falling apart. How do you find the middle of a newspaper that is barely staying together? Is this it? Oh God. I'm so stressed out. Yay! Hey, Midnight Rider! Spooky Saturday! Ooh, the lights just flashed. Thank you, Midnight Rider! Thank you, Midnight Rider, for the super chat on Spooky Saturday newspaper. Okay, I have no idea. Is this the middle? Yes. Okay, I found the middle. Jesus. Oh my God, this is really hard to do. Oh my God. Really bad. Trying to keep it. Ugh. Is that part of it? Right, this part does not go with that part. I got one extra page here, so let me see if I can. Nope, 2 extra pages. All right. Oh, this is so stressful. And my skin is super dry right now, by the way. All right. Oh, this is literally dissolving as I'm trying to do it. Oh, all right. So it looks like this got ripped a little bit before it became this old. And now it's like having a struggle here. Oh my God. All right, so that's 2 pages. Okay, here we go. Ugh. There we go. There we go. All right, we are moving. We are moving now. Oh, I missed it by 1 page. All right, so we might have to just do this for what's showing at a time. It's going to be really hard. I'm going to have to lay it out really nicely. You did, yeah. Okay. I was going to try to open it flat for the first time in its life, but I don't think it's going to let me do that. Let me straighten it for you. Oh my God. That goes there. All right, so I guess let's just try to like skim through it. And then if you want me to read an article in full, I can read it. And for the most part, we'll go through it kind of page by page. I wish I could open it all the way. I really don't know how. I really don't think I can to show you the full front page, but I really think it deserves that kind of glory. Let me see. This isn't it. Okay. That's the middle. Oh. And this is page number, it doesn't say, but it comes all the way up this way. Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to just really quick flip it. Okay. Wow, center page. Oh my God, I'm gonna pull my sleeves up because even though it's freezing, it is too hard to like get my arms in there and slide them around. Okay. Wow. Look at that. 33.5% off. That has to be some kind of joke. Okay, so when we got this newspaper, we thought it was a joke newspaper like you guys did last weekend. Because like it's like they saved all the bad news for after Christmas. Oh. So now I have to flip it. I know. It's so scary. Okay, so now I would like to flip it over so we can all see the front page for the first time ever. So I'm going to use this as like a helper to get it under there. Oh my gosh. it's really right here that it's the most age damaged. So I'm going to try to get my fingers under there. Get the hole. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use this plastic to try to flip it. This cardboard and plastic. Here we go. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. That's really stressful. Whew. I'll scoot it down. You guys ready for the big reveal? Ah! There it is, the front page. For the first time in maybe ever, this particular newspaper may have never been opened all the way. It was just thrown in an old locker at a thrift store, and this is how it was found. It was not taken care of. It was not kept indoors. This thing has probably been rained on. Oh my God. My heart rate is so high because I am not trained for this. Oh, I know, TJ, me too. I would have a stroke too. Okay. Woo. Okay. Volume. Okay. The Chicago Chronicle, Monday morning, December 26, 1904, 12 pages. It actually says 12 pages right here. Oh my God, that was scary. I think I'll have to move the phone itself so you guys can see better because I don't want to touch this newspaper. So, honestly, panic attack. So scary. So let's see what it says. Hey, Stoner Jesus, how you doing? We're going to live stream a comedy show on Sunday. Oh, is that tomorrow? It's tomorrow. We're going to live stream a comedy show tomorrow at like 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you'd like to come heckle, that'd be fun. I feel like we're at the Smithsonian opening the Constitution. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Raymond, welcome. I don't think I could ever work at the Smithsonian. They have cool stuff, but the anxiety would just kill me. Okay, so I don't know what's up with this particular newspaper. I'm going to try to shield the glare a little bit so that it's not as, like, it's hard with a delay, but I'm trying to make it so you can see what it says. So when we found this newspaper in an old locker at a thrift store, we thought it was a joke because everything is so negative and morbid, but it's no joke. Last weekend, last Spooky Saturday, we tried to look up some of these things and they were real, like the addresses were real places. So let's see what we can find. Oh, good. Cool. I hope you do. Okay, so let's see. Monday morning, December 26, 1904. The Chicago Chronicle. I was thinking of the Colorado. It says Colorado. Okay. Let's see. So this says, let's look at the first headlines. The main one is praise for park commissioner. Jefferson Hodgkins. Oh my God, it's so hard to read because it's like dirty, speckled, like rust it's probably rust from that locker. I really think somebody put it in there and just never opened it again, which actually speaks to the value of the lockers. That's pretty cool because they look brand new. But this says resolutions commending the work of Colonel Jefferson Hodgkins as a member of the South Park Board. Hey! Have been adopted. Something, Normal Park and Eggleston Improvement Association, composed of 150 taxpayers. Colonel Hodgkins has resigned after a service of 12 years as commissioner. He gives warm praise to his associates. Look at the warm face of Jefferson Hodgkins. 2 last names, that man. He was so good he got it twice. Oh, I don't know, TJ. We'll see. I mean, it's very small print, so maybe they had more news back then. So if you guys are just joining us and you didn't see this last week, let me just give you a quick rundown of what we're looking at here and why we think it's so morbid. I'm gonna aim this better. There we go. Japan to pit 500,000 men against Russians in battle. We're just going to pick some random headlines. Tries to kill motorman. Albert Kopf something shoots somebody Kernan after something on car. I don't know. Woman stabs conductor. Let's see what's over here. Oh my God. This is a historic document, so I apologize for the language, but it says Japs use armored wagons. Is that like a tank? Like a 1904 tank? This one up here says clubmen held up and robbed on Grand Boulevard by bandits who first apologized. That's very nice of them. Oh, I didn't see this one last time because it's on the crease. Sing death chant at sea. Wild scene on the wave-swept deck of ocean steamer. Oh my God, should I read that one? Tell me if you guys see a headline you want me to read. This one says, father throws babe to wolves. Here you go. Good dogs. This is something east to end his life. Oh, feast. This says young husband commits suicide with turkey on the table. Act shocks worshippers. Fairbanks shows he lives. Reported dead. Vice President-elect appears and denies rumor. I'm not dead. I feel happy. This is super cool. Hello, Mountain Wolf. So if you see a headline you want me to read, tell me and I will read it. And then I'm going to take, just for posterity, I was going to scan this, but there's no way I can move this to the scanner. So I'm going to just take a photograph of each page, like each square spot. Here's one. So I'm going to try to get it without the glare, because there's no way I'm going to be able to scan this. Okay. Sorry to like swallow right next to you. I had to eat right before my stream, you guys. It was impossible. There was no way I was going to be able to stream without eating first. I was so hungry. And then I had a cheeseburger, but I tried to make it as a bologna sandwich just out of habit. Like 4 different times I kept picking up the bologna and fighting with it. And then I was like, what am I doing? I'm going to try to take pictures of the seam ones up close, because these are going to be definitely lost. Okay. Whew. Even that was stressful to me. Hi, Stoner Jesus. Okay, woman stabs conductor. You got it. He didn't die with the turkey. We were disappointed. Hey, TJ, that would be cool. But in 1904, she was still -12. Look at me doing math. All right, so let's look at woman stabs conductor. And it's a little one. Woman stabs conductor, inflicts serious wounds in fight over a transfer. So it's like the airlines today. Angered because she was told the time limit had expired on a transfer, Susie Smith, come on, tell me that's not made up. Oh my goodness. Okay, I apologize for the language. Negress, which was apparently a word, last night attacked Peter Thompson, a conductor on a Cottage Grove Avenue cable car with a large knife, which she drew from a pocket in her dress. So back then they had pockets. Good to know. Thompson was stabbed several times in the neck and shoulders. God dang. And is in serious condition at his home. 3455 Indiana Avenue, Chicago. Okay, let's look that up. They used to put your home address here. 3455 Indiana Avenue, Chicago. Oh my God. There's no way. It's a McDonald's now? What is it? It's a liquor store. It's a liquor store. Good Time Sports Bar. Well, this used to be Peter Thompson's house across from the McDonald's, and a church, and a check cashing Western Union place. So it's still a good neighborhood. Oh my God. They were well informed. There was no such thing as doxing because nobody was actually going to like get out a map and try to find your house, I guess. It's too easy today. So let's see. According to the police, the woman got on the car, which was northbound at 35th Street, and became involved in a quarrel with the conductor a few minutes afterward when he refused to accept her transfer. I'd be mad too. The car was stopped and the woman told she would be ejected unless her fare was paid. She then reached for her knife, the police say, and stabbed the conductor several times before the motorman and other passengers could come to his assistance. The woman was arrested. The end. So she wants to get somewhere. He says he won't take her ticket, so she kills the only person who can get her to her next location. I mean, maybe she just wasn't having a good day. Hey, Jimmy, how are you doing? I should visit the mentioned places. If I lived in Chicago, it is very far away from me. Where was I supposed to be? Guys, Ghost Quest is a channel on YouTube that has a great 4-part documentary out about a fake paranormal guy who is a bully. So you should definitely check it out. It's a great documentary series, and it was a lot of fun to distract him while he was trying to make it. Can you imagine if I spilled this mocha on the newspaper? I keep really trying not to create that. Oh, and here's another chance for me to do that. It's in my Supernatural mug from season 3 for cast and crew, because a friend of mine was an editor, and I'll show you that later because it was too scary to put it over the newspaper. Innocent man is freed, so not all bad news on the... Thank you. Let's see. Innocent man is freed. New Yorker sentenced for murder. This newspaper, if you're just joining us, is from 1904, the day after Christmas, and everything in it seems to be about murder or violence. But let's see. Innocent man is freed. Let's see how long he was incarcerated, even though he was innocent. New Yorker sentenced for murder. There you go. Spends Christmas at home. Special telegram. New York, December 25th. Declared innocent after serving 10 years of a life sentence in Sing Sing. Oh my God. And released on the governor's pardon just in time to hurry home for Christmas. His name is Adolf Hirschkopf. Spent the happiest day of his life today with his family. Isn't that awful? The happiest day of your life is the day that an innocent man gets out of prison after 10 years. Surrounded by his friends and with his faithful wife. Look at her, good girl. 10 years. She didn't expect him to ever get out, but she stayed by her man because she knew he didn't do that. Let's see. To whose 10 years of unceasing effort he owes his freedom. Get it, girl. She got him out. At his side, Hirschkopf, after a family reunion at his brother-in-law's home, made a triumphant tour of the east side. I'm trying to use my fingernail to push it down so I don't get the oils on it from my skin. Visiting old friends who had not seen him since his imprisonment. Tonight at the home of relatives, they're going to give us his address, Hershkopf and his friends celebrated his release. Can you imagine if we sent them a note and we're like, hey, glad you got out? They'd be like, who? It's probably a Burger King now. Columbus, Ohio. Hey, we're in Ohio. What? Hello, Polo Mint. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I missed some stuff. Crap, Marilyn, save me. Jimmy's going to spank you. He's spanking you. There's spankings happening. Wholesome. Oh, were you on? I'm sorry, Jimmy, if you're streaming. Oh my God. Polo Mint, I love Liverpool. You don't have good pancakes, but I really enjoyed being there. Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry. I thought I was like, I don't feel like I have too much of the same audience as you, but you never know. Let's see. Wait a minute. Is this another one? Oh, it is another story about the prison. Columbus, Ohio, December 25th, Joseph J. Levo, a life prisoner from Cincinnati, received the regular Christmas something that's been lost at the Ohio Penitentiary today. Levo was a clerk in a railroad office when, in a fit of passion, he shot and killed a young man who had jilted him. He has served something, maybe 5 years. The pardon was granted. Wait a minute. Somethings of Levo's exemplary conduct in prison, where he has been employed in clerical. Oh, it's so hard because it's all broken. During the greater part of his incarceration. There we go. Oh, that's been completely rubbed off. My goodness. Yeah, jilted. I've only heard that used as a jilted lover. That's DJ. Same, Jimmy. I don't care. If somebody's live, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. Decorating Christmas cookies. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if it's still up, I'll watch it too. All right, so let's see. We got to pick another headline. That was a pretty good one, though. They didn't say. I was hoping they would tell us like what was this murder that he served time for, and that anytime an innocent man is freed from prison after he served some of his sentence, I'm always like, the real murderer is still out there, right? Like, is anybody going to go look for that guy? The police are like, no, that case was closed. We're not looking. Why would we do that? I bet he is. See, some of this is missing. This one is somewhere else. Let's see if there's any spooky words in here. Failure to land. Damage to the machine. Towed back. Ball grounds. Yeah, this looks like a plane had trouble landing. Rudder. Maybe it was a boat. No, I don't know. So Mountain Wolf, this was found in an old locker at a thrift store, and we don't think it's been opened or read ever since it was put there. So it's been damaged. It's been really mistreated. All right, so we have Father Throws Babe to Wolves, Act Shocks Worshippers, Red Flag Center of Riot, military officer is killed, beaten by 4 men, fears murder, sing death chant at sea. I want to read that one at some point. Nobody is ever smiling. Yeah, he's resigning, retired. He resigned. And then let's see. Troops may guard assembly because Democrats and Unionists threaten trouble in Colorado. Index of important news. This tells you where this is like the table of contents TV guide channel. Cool. Let's see. There's a lot of the word Japs on that side and Russians. Third Fleet makes time. If you see one that you want me to read, let me know. Togo would have taken up space. Yeah, so this is a 1904 newspaper found in an empty locker, just a metal locker tower. I think there's like 5 lockers on it, and this was just in one of them. And I don't think anybody knew it was there because nobody's ever opened the lockers, I guess. But they look brand new, so we have no idea how this newspaper from Chicago made it to this California thrift store, but it's really cool. Yeah, the day after Christmas, 1904, Chicago Chronicle. It was really hard to open. We had to use cardboards to flip it over once we got it open. And you can tell it's just like, it's really literally just, oh, am I frozen? No. Yes? Is it by a train station? Less Botox. Oh yeah, that's true. All right, let's see. She showed us last week. We were looking forward to get it gently opened. 1904 Chicago is like Hollywood is today with less Botox. It's everything is by a train station, I think. Midnight. Chicago was a top city back then. Polo Mint. Polo Mint, are you from Liverpool or are you there now? Like, have you been to Chicago? I've only been to the airport, O'Hare Airport, for a layover. Was a bit froze. Sorry for the swirly. I promise I'm not a bully. Any nature headlines? I doubt it. But this one's at sea. We can read about the sea. If you want, I can go through the table of contents there. Who took the crown from Chicago now? I don't know. Yeah. Who's doing it? Who's cool now? I was thinking maybe guy got on the train in Chicago. Oh. Okay, cool. All right, good enough. Let's do Sing's Death Chant at Sea. That was the one I was looking forward to. I'm an ocean type person. Wild scene on wave-swept deck of ocean steamer. Special telegram. Boston, Massachusetts, December 25th. 100 dark-skinned Mohammedans? What the F does that mean? People, what? Is that Muslims? What does that mean? This is an old terminology, so I don't even know who that means. 100 is a fancy way of saying 50. With bared heads and hands. I got upstretched to heaven, singing them. Oh yeah, the Muslim death chant. Oh my God, can you imagine how that would have sounded and felt like out on the ocean? Oh my God. On the sea-swept deck of a storm-tossed ship is the scene described by the officers of the steamer African Prince. Oh my God, you guys, the night, I'm telling you, that reached something here today. The vessel carries a crew of 60 people, of whom 50 are of the Muslim faith. When she arrived today, she bore many evidences of having a rough voyage. And then we're missing a piece right here. Something was twisted, steering something, and a portion of her deck, something. Her boats were gone, so no lifeboats. And the crew was in a badly demoralized condition. They were demoralized? Oh no. After all that, they're demoralized. That's the understatement of the year. The steamer is from Japanese ports. Bound for Boston and New York, she encountered a furious storm in mid-Atlantic that struck, it's right on the crease, with such suddenness that the crew became panic-stricken. I'm using my fingernails so that I don't get my oils on it, just so you know, if you're wondering. Soon after the storm was met, trouble began with the propeller shaft. And after fighting the gale bravely for a day, the steering gear was disabled. Then the vessel was at the mercy of the storm. And for 2 long days and nights, she tossed in the trough of the sea while efforts were being made to make repairs. Can you guys imagine? During this time, a number of the crew were hurt by being thrown about the decks. No one was killed or swept overboard. What? Fair play to them. Holy crap. That's insane that nobody was really. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. Let's see. But the Mohammedans saw the hand of fate in the sudden dashing down of 5 of their number in a heap. They abandoned work, and I would too. I'd be like, F this, and rushing below in a body reappeared on deck with their prayer mats. This is hard to read on the crease, sorry. It's also worded funny. They hurled upon the deck, across which the waves swept something. Oh, are we missing pieces? Yeah, we're missing a triangle right here. Kneeling upon them began one of the something and weirdest religious ceremonies, something classed as the Muslim death chant rose into the wind. Confident death was at hand. Jesus, there's a sentence. Not one of the entire 50 paid the least attention to orders or other efforts to get them to listen to commands. They sang. I'm trying to see where the paper ends here. They sang something, their voices higher, raising their voices higher as the wind shrieked and the waves tossed the ship about. Drenched to the skin by the icy water, it seemed that the entire company would freeze to death there on their knees with the death chant still rattling in their throats. It was only after a number of them had, we're missing a piece. Something that officers could something heard by the leaders of. Then many hours passed. The crew recovered from the ship and get her on steering gear had. Dang it, I wish we had this middle piece right here. Ugh. Dude, that's intense. Yeah, the ship's name was let me see. The African Prince, arriving in Chicago. Sorry. Do I know anyone in Liverpool? I did. I used to know Peter Hopwood. He managed the Everton Hostel, but I don't think he's there anymore. It does sound like a movie. Can't run that story in 2024. 6 in one, half a dozen in the other, as they say. Okay. Wow. This is crazy. All right. Woman stabs conductor. I bet he had it coming. Okay. Let's see. Woman stabs conductor. Inflicts serious wounds and fight over transfer. Oh, that's right. Okay. So we had just done this one right before you got here. Her transfer ticket, the conductor said that he didn't honor her ticket and that it didn't count or something. And so she pulled a knife out of her pocket and started stabbing him in the neck and shoulders for a few minutes before anybody was able to help him. He said she was going to be kicked off unless she paid her fare for her transfer. And she was like, bullshit. All right, let's see. Yeah, he did have it coming. And she was a woman of color. So, yeah, she's probably definitely being discriminated against. Your spare garage out home? Of course, I would love that. It would be great. I bet you have if you have old newspapers, I bet some of them have some articles about the Cavern Club that I'd like to read. All right. So this one says fears murder. This one here on the edge. Let's see. Try to angle it here. I had to play with my phone to get it like this. So this is how I'm reading your comments on this phone over here. Okay. So we read the front page of this last week, and I want to know the story because it's crazy. Although it kind of, I feel like it tells us the story, but this might be better. Oh yeah, there's more. Okay. Fears murder. Merchant tied. Here's the thugs debate on taking his life. One insists on firing fatal shot, but is overruled by the others. Store safe is blown open while member of firm lies securely bound. 4 marauders get $1,800 as a result of raid on Milwaukee Avenue establishment. So last week we looked that up just to see if it was a real thing. One owner badly beaten has to spend Christmas morn in basement. How come nobody says morn anymore? And I mean, who doesn't want to spend Christmas morning in the basement beaten? Clubmen held up and robbed on Grand Boulevard by bandits who first apologize. So let's see. Beaten into insensibility. Oh, how hard do you have to be hit to be insensible? By four masked robbers who entered the dry goods store of O.L. Larson & Co., 1925 Milwaukee Avenue. Was that where the other guy was? Let's look it up. Let's see. 1925. No, he was on Indiana Avenue. So 1925 Milwaukee Avenue. Oops. Apparently I don't know how to spell Milwaukee because it didn't come up right. Milwaukee Avenue. Oh, it came up. The dry goods store of O.L. Larson. So now it's called the Pink Suite Hair Salon. It's adorable. So let's look at the... Oh no, but this man was beaten on Christmas morn. It's a nice building. What's next door? A nail salon next to a hair salon. And then what's over here? Oh, wait a sec. This says Bayer Fireproof Warehouse Company. What? Are there fire escapes in this building? I just want to know out of curiosity. If they're fireproof, why do you need a fire escape? I don't know. Code. Sorry, that was just so Leo. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see what it's across the street from. Let's see what's across the street from where he... Oh, look, there's a McDonald's again. Is there just a lot of McDonald's in Chicago? Or are we just lucky? Apartments. Everything looks like a coffee shop to me now. Start here, end here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like an apartment building. What is this? Provocateur. Okay. All right. So this is where we are. This is where we are for the story, you guys. So just picture this pink palace. When I'm talking about the guy getting held up and shoved in the basement, you're okay. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him. Right? They probably did make some fireproof stuff. So your warehouse doesn't burn. Okay, so this used to be O.L. Larson & Company at 3:45 o'clock. That's a weird way to say that. I feel like 3:45 p.m., a.m. says yesterday morning. Okay, so a.m. A.G. Krogstad, 877 cash now, partner in the firm, was compelled to lie with his hands and feet tied and a gag in his mouth while a safe on the upper floor was blown open and $1,800 in money taken. They're not going to say what kind of bills. They're saying they took it in money. I wish I had like a pen or something to point with so I don't have to touch it. Let's see. While he lies suffering from the wounds inflicted by the thugs, he heard them debating whether they would kill him or spare his life. One insisted on killing him, but the majority prevailed and his life was spared. The entire police force of the Attrell Street station is working in an effort to capture the robbers. So wait. They haven't been caught at the time of this article? Krogstad, accompanied by O.L. Larson himself, the what? And Fred Kuhagen, the other members of the firm, had dismissed, and we're missing pieces, shortly after midnight to partake of Christmas or something. All right, what do we got down here? This is so delicate. At 2 something, partners going to something homes. Dang it. It's so abused right here. This was the edge. Okay, so let's see. The merchant had beaten by 4 men. The merchant had scarcely locked the door when he was confronted by 4 masked men, each having a revolver. Can you guys imagine how fast this story would have been over today? They'd have been all, hold on. He was told to throw up his hands and remain perfectly quiet. He told the men they had the best of him and that he would submit. Hey, it's fine. You got the best of me. You got to jump on me. You don't have to cheese it. I don't know. That's so Chicago in the 1900s. You got the best of my love. He was struck on the head with a revolver. See, I'm sure someday I'll die a horrific homicide death. And then someday, 100 years later, 120 years later, almost exactly, someone will read the old newspaper about me that they found in a shoe and they'll make fun of me too. She was eaten by a bobcat. His name was a Robert cat, but we're going to call him a bobcat. All right, here we go. I'm fine with it. I'm saying, heckle my death. Alyssa, hello. Welcome, fam. We're just reading this old newspaper. Yeah, see? Come on, forget about it. Alyssa, I promise there was no better time to walk in because that's really all I've been saying all night. I haven't said anything better or more cheerful than that. Okay, so let's see. You got the best of me. He was struck on the head with a revolver by the thug behind him. That's not what revolvers are for. At the same time, another placed a flour sack over his face to hinder him from obtaining a good view of them. Okay. No, I was thinking a potato sack, and I was going to say, y'all, you could see through a potato sack really well. No, okay. A flour sack is probably much better. You can't put flour in a potato sack because it would all fall out. All right. I just had to catch up. I'm with you. I gotcha. The first blow felled him. When he was down, he was struck blow after blow until he was unconscious. What the heck, man? He's already down. Cords taken from the notion department. What does that mean? Oh, do you have any notions I could purchase? Were tied around his hands and feet and a gag placed in his mouth. That's usually where they go. He was then carried to the basement where he was placed on a bed made of sacks of flour taken from the grocery department. Why didn't they just throw him in the floor? Why did they built him a bed of the heaviest things they'd have to carry down the stairs? Like, put him in the basement, see? Well, hold on. Let's make sure he's comfy on these basically sandbags, but let me carry him down there one at a time since we knocked him unconscious by repeatedly bashing him in the head with a revolver. We wouldn't want him to wake up uncomfortable when we could put flour. I don't know if you guys have ever been hit with a flour sack, but it's not comfortable. And I'm not going to tell you the story behind it. I just feel like I know what it feels like. Okay, let's see. Uh, the coolness of the basement. Oh, I guess it was a really cool basement. Pretty cool down there. Revived him, and he heard one of, I'm sure it was just the passage of all the time it took them to carry the flour sacks down the stairs. And that is what revived him. But here we go. And he heard one of the robbers planning to kill him. The other three were against the plan, fearing the report of the shot would arouse someone in the neighborhood. Ooh, was that a gunshot? And the police would be notified. Let's put him off watch, he heard one kneeling on the floor say. Now, how did he know that the person speaking was kneeling in the floor? I'm not trying to debunk this. I'm just saying, how did he know he was kneeling down? And what does it mean to put him off watch? What does that mean? Old Twitter post. Yeah, there would be cameras these days, and definitely someone would have had their phone out. I don't know why they use flour sacks. I'm telling you, right, Alyssa? It is so interesting to read this, and like these people are dead. Everybody who read this newspaper are dead. Everyone who's ever read it ever. And it's still really intriguing. But how did he know what position the guy was standing in when he said, let's put him off watch? And what does that mean? Magic. Okay, thug prevents a murder. No, you don't, another replied. The police would be notified and we would be caught before we could blow the box. What does that mean? You're a fool. What's the use in killing him? He won't be able to rap to us anyhow. Let him alone. Let him alone. When he wakes up, he'll have a sore head for a couple of weeks. He's bleeding all over now. Okay, hold on. This is 1904 Chicago. Let me try that one again. Okay, I'm going to try not to smile, but I can't help it. No, you don't. The police would be notified and we would be caught before we could blow the box. You're a fool. What's the use in killing him? He won't be able to rap to us anyhow. Let him alone. When he wakes up, he'll have a sore head for a couple of weeks. He's bleeding all over now. I hope that was better for you guys. This thug who pleaded for his life sent a ray of hope into the heart of the wounded man. He feared that he had spent his last night in the store when he heard the thug demand his death and felt the barrel of a revolver placed against his missing piece. Head, maybe? He hoped they would argue until something, and that maybe help would come, and that they would have no time to safe. Okay. I'm trying to see where the paper ends. The argument was finally ended as to whether or not they would take his life, and one of the thugs was left to guard him while the remaining three went to the floor where the safe was. Bolts of cloth were taken from the linen department. They're shopping. These boys are shopping. He's bleeding everywhere. Get the linens. Were taken from the linen department and placed around the safe to deaden the noise of the explosion. Oh, okay. I thought they were just trying to spruce it up. He was a rapper. Well, okay, they're thinking about making noise. They tried to do it quiet, see? Safe is blown open. One charge of nitroglycerin was sufficient to tear the door of the safe from its hinges. 3 sacks of money placed in the safe the night before and containing about $1,800 were taken. Then a search was made in the desk of the cashier. A few dollars taken in after the cash had been locked up was taken also. Well, that was nice. They stayed open for an extra sale or two. That's nice. Drawers on the desks of the members of the firm were also broken open. Broken open? Y'all. You don't have to break it. Don't have to break it to open it. Calm down. Sorry. And a search for money was made in every conceivable place. So far, it has not been learned whether the thugs took any articles from the different departments of the store when they left. Oh, they definitely did. I need new socks. See? The only use they had for them was for carrying out their purpose. The jewelry department, which contains inexpensive jewelry, was not ransacked. Oh, really? They don't have any women in their lives to decorate. And it is not thought they bothered with taking any other articles with them when they left. So far as is known, the work was accomplished in about 2 hours. God, they were there forever. If you were bound and gagged and bleeding on a bunch of flour sacks for 2 hours, it would feel like days. How long the men were in the store before they assaulted Mr. Krogstad is not known. Oh, yeah. How long were they like hiding and watching him? Were they like, he's going to go home? And then 3:45 in the morning, they were like, all right, forget it. Let's just hit him. Let's see. Neither is the way they entered them. It is the theory of the properties that one entered shortly before the closing hour and in some way secreted himself in the basement, and when all had left the store, opened an iron door in the rear and admitted his companions. Hey, everybody, come in the rear. No bolts were broken. The windows are intact, and the only way the quartet could have gained entrance to the store was by being admitted by someone from the inside or they remaining in the store when it was closed. Man hides in basement. There is a stairway leading to the basement in which a storeroom seldom visited before the store closes. Usually in the morning when the store opens, what goods are. I almost turned the page just by habit. Unless locked drawer, that's true. Thugs. They could have asked for the code. That's true, he was right there. They didn't want the costume jewelry in the 1900s. I can't get over the flower bed being made. Make a flower pillow. I know, Alyssa. Just floof it up for him. Give it a little dent in the middle. I don't know why they do that. Dude, this is a great story. And we still don't know, because it just ends right there. We still don't know, like, what happened. Did they catch him? Is the guy okay? He had to spend the whole night there, I think. So, yeah, Christmas morning in the basement. So I guess they found him the next morning when the store would have opened. No, because why find him on Christmas morning? I guess because his family would have said, hey, he never came home last night. Can you check the store? And then they were like, oh, I found him. It looks like he built himself a bed of flour. Okay, if a store has jewelry and sacks of flour, and then what else did they shop for? They went through. They probably had pillows or something, like blankets that they. You can't use any of that flour now. You can't cook with it. It's all going to be like, oh, where did you make this red pasta? Is it tomatoes? No, actually, it's Krogstad. These are Krogstad noodles. Yeah, they did have everything. So flour, that's what they went with. They were like, what's the heaviest, most difficult and unreasonable thing we could build him a bed with? Even though we just bashed his head in, so he probably doesn't care if he's on the floor or in a bed. That was ridiculous. What a ridiculous story, and I love it. All right. Now we have father throws babe to wolves. That's kind of naturey. Mountain wolf. Whoa, it's got wolves in it. That's naturey, right? Tries to kill motorman. Let's see. A lot of racist stuff over there. Democrat stuff. Baldwin something. All right. We're almost done with this front page. Flour is heavy. Unreasonable. Okay, so I think Babe to Wolves, Act Shocks Worshippers, Fairbanks shows he lives. That one's short. Let's do that one. Reported dead. Vice President-elect appears and denies rumor. Not dead. Pennsylvania, December 26th. Oh, this is the day of the newspaper. They were like, quick, put it on the front page. He lives. Vice President-elect. The rumor that Vice President-elect Fairbanks had died last night while on a train in from Washington en route to Indianapolis was disproved on the arrival of the train here at 2:30 o'clock this morning. Just say 2 a.m. Senator Fairbanks was seen and seemed chagrined that such a report could have been circulated. He never felt better in his life, he said. I love that death hoaxes, like celebrity death hoaxes, have been around that long. And that he was mad about it. I've never felt better in my life. How dare you? I bet he had a mustache. Let me see. Let's look at President-elect Fairbanks. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. President-elect Fairbanks, 1904. Vice President-elect Fairbanks, 1904. I think he has a mustache. That's what I think. So let's see. Charles Fairbanks, Wikipedia. Oh my God, you guys. Where did it go? Oh, it was there for a second. Where did he go? There he is. Look at that mustache. Look at it. I have never felt better in my life. I'm not dead at all. These fellas kind of look the same. I mean, I'm just saying. They could be brothers. So look at that hair. It's so shiny. Oh my God. History is so full of people I can make fun of. I'm so healthy. They all look exactly the same. They still do. All politicians still look like that. Old white dude. I just love that he's like indignant about it. How dare you, I say. All right. Red flag, center of riot. Octogenarian on skates. Did we read tries to kill motor man? Father throws babe to wolves and something. Oh, Thanksgiving feast to end his life. We did read the whole thing for that last week. Oh, I made that video private, unlisted. It's on my Discord if you want to see that last week's spooky, but I didn't want to get in trouble for sharing that story about the serial killer. So join my Discord if you would like to see last week's Spooky Saturday and hear about the dad who killed himself while Thanksgiving dinner was on the table. Cool. Just message me on Instagram and I'll send you a link invite to my Discord. Instagram is ashleyasmarilyn. Okay, so let's see. Claim plurality for Peabody. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what Act Shocks. Wait. Red flag center of riot is short, so I'm going to read that one. Link. I don't know how to do that on YouTube, and I don't have any moderators or anything. But I can send it to you if you message me on Instagram or Marilyn Monday on Facebook. Or, if you message me on Discord from the Ghost Quest server, I can send it to you that way too. Yes, perfect. All right. Red flag, center of riot. Military officer is killed in clash at Bazome, Russian Poland. Okay, y'all, I have to. In third grade, my best friend and I found the dictionary and we looked up bosom because we thought it was a hilarious word and we made fun of it. And we wrote a song called Bossum. And we played old people characters. And I was an old woman for this number. And my friend Heather would say, Bossum, Bossum, Bossum. And I'd go, Nipple, nipple, nipple. Bosom, 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 nipple. So, bosom, Russian Poland. That's the first thing I thought of as my third grade song about boobs. All right. Anyway, you're welcome. December 25th, after the midnight mass at the Roman Catholic Cathedral, a crowd composed of workmen paraded the streets carrying red flags. Aren't they all? Aren't all of them? The military authorities, in trying to disperse it, were received with shots, like vaccines. And a serious encounter followed in which the commander of the 26th Regiment was killed and a gendarme was wounded. What is a gendarme? A gendarme? Is that a new gendarme? How did he identify? As wounded. All right. So let's see. You guys, I'm a little loopy. I already gave a ghost tour tonight. I've done my full day's work. I cleaned the park a little bit. I mopped a bathroom, I think. I don't remember. I tried to make a bologna sandwich 3 times. Okay, let's see what else we have. Noel Fielding. I don't know if I remember who that is. Is that one of the English comedians that we were talking about last time? I don't remember. I could look him up. Oh, wait. Nathan Fielder. Nope, that's who I was thinking of. Nathan Fielder. Nathan for you. All right, let's see. All right, Act Shock's worshippers look short. Let's do that. And then Octogenarian on skates, maybe, because I don't remember. We read the whole thing, right? Oh, okay. Noel Fielding. I'm going to take a screenshot of that so that I can look it up later. Boink. All right. Act Shock's worshippers. Persons coming from church see a brutal teamster flog horse. Hold on. I do not approve of animal cruelty in the early 1900s or today. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Christmas worshippers coming from the service at Holy Name Cathedral. So they couldn't even name it. They just left it at Holy Name. This is a blank line. Cool. Yesterday were shocked and made angry at the sight of a teamster cruelly beating his horse. It was his own horse that trusted and loved him and did whatever he said. Maybe not. That's why he's kidding. Okay. In front of the church. Y'all, rude. A policeman was endeavoring to compel the man to desist, but when he continued to whip the animal, several men in the crowd went to the officer's aid and the fellow was arrested. Okay, so the crowd was like, oh, no, you don't. He won't be able to rap to us anyhow. Okay. At the East Chicago Avenue station, he gave his name as Robert Renz. It's always a Robert, isn't it? He was booked for cruelty to animals and will be given a hearing this morning. Many of the churchgoers went to the station and volunteered as witnesses. I will say that I saw what he did. He did that, Your Honor. I wonder what the punishment was for animal cruelty in Chicago, 1904. Just so you guys know, it's freezing in here. My hands are cold. I took my gloves off so I could turn the pages. And my hot chocolate is now cold chocolate. Just so you know. Just so you know. All right. Oh, Great British Bake Off. Noel Fielding seems like a very British name. Is he British? I've been listening to the audiobook of The Haunting of Hill House as I fall asleep. And you can tell that the guy doing the audiobook is English because he tries to do an American accent for the doctor in the book. And he sounds like this, and it's very intentional. It sounds like actually the guy from Inglourious Bastards trying to do his accent. Well, that's a bingo. It's all very... My friend Brett in high school used to make fun of the Monty Python English accent trying to be American. and how they would drag the R's really hard and be like, I never knew Schopenhauer was a philosopher. The mighty what? Boosh. All right, I'm going to screenshot that too. It is. It's icy outside. Oh, where's my friend in Liverpool? Is it cold there too? They're like, it's summer here. I'm just kidding. Okay. Octogenarian on skates. I'm sure. I like funny. I have 2 autobiographies, I couldn't think of the word, by David Niven that I have to read too. I started one of them, and then I got my Elvira autobiography, and so I started reading that. And then I got a really old book that I was like really excited about, and I started reading that. I can't focus. But I did read all of 1984 on audiobook. Does that count as reading? Can I say I read it? Anyway, that was a great book. All right. If you weren't here last week, Octogenarian on skates, frolics over the ice on blades he bought 67 years ago. Special telegram. There's a few of those. New York, December 25th. William Hamill of the Hamill family of Shiloh, New Jersey, 80 years old, went skating today and had a good time with the rest of the boys. He wrote his name on the ice, cut the figure 8, and then raced, it says it twice, and then raced a mile with a much younger man, beating him in easy fashion. The venerable skater used the skates he bought in Philadelphia 67 years ago. Each year, just as soon as the cold weather sets in, Mr. Hamill, now it's Hamill? Was it always Hamill? It was never Hummel? Why didn't I make a Mark Hamill joke? Gets out his skates, sharpens them up, and takes part in the sport with the other youngsters. You mean with the youngsters. All right, let's see. What else we got on this page? We haven't even turned the page. We're still on the cover, you guys. This is really crazy. All right, so I'm going to turn it a little bit. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, dear. All right, let me get this one out. This one's only from 1949 or something over here, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I will screenshot that as well. The completely made-up adventures of Dick Turpin. Dick Turpin. Got it. So now, let's see. The chair is warm, so I'm trying to stay near it or on it. Okay, so let's see. Index of important news. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. So now we're up here. Weather forecast for Chicago and vicinity. Oh, do you guys want to know the weather? 1904. Snow or rain today. Tuesday, snow flurries and much colder. Increasing easterly, shifting to northwest winds. Let's see. All right, Chicago and suburbs. Bound and gagged. That's how it starts. Oh, that's our main story. That was the funnest story ever. A.G. Krogstad hears 4 thugs who had just robbed his store of $1,800, debate on killing him, and finally decide to spare his life. Page 1. H.R. Bingham, leaving the Christmas turkey prepared by his wife on the table, shoots himself through heart. Page 1. 2 bandits who apologize for robbing on Christmas Day. Sorry about that, ma'am. Christmas Day. Hold up Edward Nathan and Harry Shepard as they are leaving the Lakeside Club on Grand Boulevard. I bet that's a fun place to look up. Oh, good. All right. Who is Daddy? What's going on? Let's see. Expert safe blowers are frightened away from M.F. Levy's wholesale meat market in North State Street and leave their tools and a bottle of explosive behind. So what is that, the nitroglycerin that we read about earlier? Which is in hand lotion? All right. Harry F. Arndt. A-R-N-D-T. I'm going to need a vowel, sir. I know what the F stands for in Harry F. Arndt. No fucking else. 19 years old. Confesses. Oh, so he must have looked like he was 40 back then. Confesses to stealing jewelry from Marshall Field & Co. to present as Christmas gift to his sweetheart. Happy Christmas, my love. I stole this for you. You have to give it back. Hi, Franco. I am from California. How about you? That's a little Bigo throwback from my other friends. All right, let's see. In revenge for being refused admission to his sweetheart's home, Charles Witt is accused of setting fire to a building next door in hope of destroying her house. Okay, that's on page 2. We should turn the page to page 2 because it sounds like it only gets better. He tried to burn down her neighbor's house because her dad said he can't come in on Christmas, and that's effing amazing. I think I'm going to reheat this mocha hot chocolate thing that I made. Good thing there's a 1,000-year-old microwave. I don't know if you can see it. This is, by the way, my Supernatural Season 3 mug. There you go. All right. How do I... You guys, this is the world's oldest microwave. And if it explodes my cup, I'm gonna be really mad. Just that's it. Light is already pushed in forever. Cool. Is that seconds? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. What? We're in a ranger's office in a forest, just so you know. Yes, we're in the car check. Oh my God. What did that EVP say? It's like a girl screaming. Is it minutes? Are these minutes? Oh dear. That's not moving, is it? Oh, it is. I am so nervous. Is it warmer? I think it's solar powered. Okay. Oh my God. You can't, this is how cold it is, you guys. I had gloves on. I got my long sleeves under here, my hoodie. I have my jacket. I have my vest. I have my scarf. I have my hoodie. I have my beanie. And then I have my pants with my leg warmers, with my knee socks, and under that is fleece leggings. These shoes are too big for me because I didn't realize they were in men's sizes. It's slightly warm. All right, let's do this. I do not work for the Forest Service, but I kind of do things for county park rangers. So that's where we are. By the way, this good, just making sure I was on screen. This room has had trouble lately with the lights coming on, where you flip the switch and nothing happens. And the day that suddenly became an issue, I was like, maybe the mice have chewed through the wires in the walls or something, and they're not like quite reaching. So I came in here to get water, And as I was filling up my jug with water, it was dark. And I asked the office, I said, if you could turn it on for me, that'd be great. And it went blink. And then it was super dim. These are fluorescent lights. And then it brightened right up. And I was like, cool. And it was seriously the instant I said, that would be awesome. I would love that. It was crazy. Anyway, all right. Okay. So should we try to turn the page on this? I feel like I want to take a picture of every single story, but I don't know. I'm going to do a couple of them. I can take those three all in one picture. I could take these two all in one picture. This one is good for one picture. Here we go. What else? I think I'm going to take this article one picture at a time because it was really a good story. And if I ever really need to know what it said, I can watch this video because we read it aloud. All right, man hides in basement. Oh, that's right, we didn't do father throws babe to wolves. Let's see, husband commits suicide with turkey on table. Got it. All right, I think I got all the ones. Oh, sing death chant at sea. That was a good one too. That one's written like a horror novel. Okay, there we go. I got the front page documented best I can without being able to put these on a scanner. I don't know how I would do that. I gotta pull my sleeves up again. Ghosts do as I say. Yeah, if I was filming, maybe. You thought Philip came in? Oh, okay. I was like, what? If you have a chance to like the stream, please do. I know. All right, so we can do those real quick. Let's see. Father throws babe to wolves. Desperate ruse. Something's desperate ruse and race for the something Minnesota. There's so much of this one that's missing. Let me see. Okay. There we go. Ooh, special telegram, and it's gone. All right. Minneapolis, Minnesota. In his mad desire to save his something, well as that of his wife, Henry Shoreby, farmer, cast his 6-month-old baby girl to starving wolves when attacked by a ferocious pack while driving through the pine forest of northern Minnesota to a friend's house where they were going to eat their Christmas dinner. The mother is prostrated with grief. What does that mean? At the loss of her little one. Well, thanks, honey. When the news of the cowardly father's inhuman act had become generally known in the little woodman's settlement of Willerton, a mob started out to tar and feather the man. They used to really do that? It appears that while sleighing through the forest at an early hour this morning, Shoreby and his wife were followed by wolves. Seeing his predicament, the farmer pulled out his rifle from under the seat and shot one of the animals. The result was disastrous. Starts race for life. Let's see if I can shade this so you guys can see better. Does that help? I don't know. Let's see. Starts race for life. We're right here. Instead of driving off the few, the scent of blood drew on an enormous pack, which surged around the vehicle, their tongues hanging out. Well, yeah, they're dogs. Oh my God. Lashing the horses frantically. Oh, yeah, that's how they got around back then. I forgot. Shoreby urged them into a gallop, and there started a race for life. So he threw his baby to the wolves and beat the crap out of his horses, who were probably already super scared after he killed a wolf. He was having a great day. Although you would be excited, Mountain Wolf. You would be happy about this. I'm so cold. Okay. Although the light sleigh literally flew over the snow, literally, the pack could not be shaken off. Every minute it increased in numbers until the movements of the horses were hampered. Then, fearing that the last had come and that there was only one way in which he could save the life of himself and his wife, Shoreby snatched the infant from his wife's breast and threw it to the ravenous wolves. Woman may go insane. Yeah, that seems like an appropriate measured response. He could have sacrificed himself to save his family, and instead he was like, we'll make another one. Wow. The frightful ruse was successful, and the farmer and his wife reached their destination in safety. The woman is prostrated still, and it is feared that she may lose her mind. She could have thrown him to the wolves right there, and nobody would have blamed her at all. Let's see. News of the awful tragedy was brought to Willerton by Alf Lawrence. I didn't know they had aliens back then. A farmhand this afternoon. A mob is reported to be on the trail of Shoreby. They're going to tar and feather the man. He should have jumped to the wolves. It would have been better for him. I wonder whatever happened to him. Henry Shoreby, probably 05. Let's look for him. Let's see what happened to him, because I kind of want an update on this article, and they had to catch him eventually, right? Henry Shoreby. Chicago? No, this was Minnesota. This was Minneapolis? Yeah. Minneapolis, 1905, because I'm betting that it took them at least a week to find him. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Maybe they did find him in 1904. Let's see. 1904. Nope. Henry Michael Kujak. Nope. Obituary. Nope. We're never going to know what happened to him. If anybody can find out what happened to Henry Shoreby, I would love to know if that crowd ever caught him. 1900s. I can try that. 1900s. Historical Society. We could try it without quotes. Fine. No. Nothing. I can't find anything. I'm gonna say, whoops. I'm gonna go with wolves. The Legend of Old Three Legs. A vicious wolf and his exploits in the area of Detroit Lakes. That's not what we're looking for. But now we got to know that Old Three Legs exists. In my mind, he was too, Alyssa. F that dude. Where else do we have? Turkey dinner. Should we do that one just for the people who missed it? Let's see. Is that everything on this one? Let's see what's over here. This is all military stuff. And Togo. Tokyo, spelled with an I. Guard against Russia's fleet. There's a lot of that word in there. I'm not going to read any of those. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you for looking, Mountain Wolf. That would have been cool if we had some intel. All right, real quick. Feast to end his life. Young husband commits suicide with turkey on table. We're here. H.R. Bingham shoots himself through the heart. His wife tries to call him. Leaving the Christmas turkey prepared by his wife smoking on the table, Harry Raymond Bingham went to the bedroom in his home, 699 West North Avenue. All right, let's do that. I'm glad you guys are into this because I am way into this. I could do this all day. All right, 699. What are you looking for? West North Avenue. Okay, pick one if you could. Chicago. All right. We're looking at, it looks like a dentist's office or something. Is there a sign somewhere? What does that say? No parking. You get out of here. This is where a guy shot himself, don't you know? Across the street from, is that a school? Maybe. That's some good street art. Who's she? All right. I don't know. But it's real. It's there. It existed at some point. What did he do? All right. Let's see. Leaving the Christmas turkey prepared by his wife smoking on the table. Steaming? Did she burn it? Harry Raymond Bingham went to the bedroom in his home, 699 West North Avenue, at noon yesterday and shot himself through the heart. That's like the slowest way to die, you guys. Like your heart. You're just gonna, the physical act of doing that. Yikes. And then wouldn't you want it to hurt as little as possible? Anyway. No, the most. I deserve it. I don't know what he said. Okay. He died just as his wife got to call him to the feast. Bingham, who was an embalmer and had a good position, had seemed despondent during the morning. He had been drinking during the past week, it is said, and was unwell. What did he do a week before he died that he felt so guilty about that he had to take his own life? An embalmer. I'm just saying, we should figure out who he was working on that week and maybe get them some justice. Oh, I guess they got justice. All right, here we go. Maybe he was being haunted. Maybe he deserved to be. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was innocent. I don't know. This is all rumor and speculation by a comedian. Okay, let's see. However, no direct reason for his ending his life can be assigned, as he had seemed happy in his married life of 3 years. Did he get curious? I don't know. Mrs. Bingham had no suspicion of his intentions. She had set about preparing the Christmas meal with a zest and had just finished when she heard a shot. Rushing to the bedroom, she found her husband dying on the floor with the revolver, another revolver, still clasped in his right hand. No hint of reason given. No word was spoken by the dying man, nor did he leave any letter to explain the act which he had committed. Bingham, who was 35 years old, so young, was an expert undertaker. He was employed by F.W. Hochspier, 701 West North Avenue. Is that necessary to do the address every time? I don't know, but it's fun. I wonder if it's still a mortuary. Who was immediately notified. She burned. So let's see if it's still a mortuary. Sorry if you guys are not enjoying looking these up. My bad. West North Avenue. So he, in Chicago. Let's see if it's still a mortuary. 701. Is it in a, oh, it's that same one. Wait a minute. So he lived at the mortuary? Because look, it's that same parking lot says no parking. It did take us to a different spot, but that street art girl is right here. Wait a minute. Yeah, he lived at 699 and 701. Okay, he lived in the mortuary. I wonder what the business is that's there now. There used to be a suicide mortuary. It doesn't say anything, but it's next to camp, a family experience toy store. What does that mean? Oh my God, it is a dentist's office, you guys. I was kidding. It's Chicago Bright Smiles. Oh my God, I was kidding. That was a joke. It looked like a dentist's office. Why do all dentist offices look like that? I've never even been to Chicago. What are the chances? That's crazy. What? Oh my God. Revolver to the heart. Super weird way to do it. Just saying, especially an embalmer. I know, right? Maybe his wife did it. And then she was like, here, hold this. Oh my God. Rather suspicious. Turkey dinner. Who would kill themselves? You kill yourself after you eat Thanksgiving dinner, not before. Are you stupid? All right. Enjoy the food first. All right, let's see. Bingham was married 3 years ago, and it is said that his home life was happy. Mrs. Bingham was unable to advance any reason why her husband should end his life. Yesterday morning, Bingham arose and declared that after dinner, he and his wife would visit relatives in Inglewood. He appeared melancholy, however, as his wife went about her household duties. So we only know that he seemed bummed out because she said so. Held good position. According to Mr. Hochspreyer, Bingham had been employed by him for 3 months and was an excellent workman. Hochspreyer was unable to give any reason why Bingham should end his life. Quote, he always seemed cheerful, and though he might have drank a little too much in the last week, he attended to his duties and worked every day. So, okay, that's two people saying he was drinking the last week. The Undertaker said, quote, I cannot tell why he should kill himself. His home life was happy, and I never heard him speak of any trouble. I wonder if his wife and the mortuary owner. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to start 100-year-old rumors about cheating wives and murder. Ugh. She really didn't. Yeah, I was thinking, was it her in-laws or his in-laws? Allegedly, just kidding in all those words. It is. All right. I got to pull my sleeves up. We're going to try to turn this page. Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm going to lift this up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Oh my God, I'm nervous about this. Ooh. Some of these little shreds are like folded within others. Okay. Now I have to find this one. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. All right, we got half of it. Oh my God, dude. Seriously? I will totally gossip. No embalmer going for the heart, right? Okay, let me move the lamp because I feel like this desk ain't big enough for the 2 pages. Oh my God. I don't know where to put anything. Oh, by the way, this is a 1947 also, but it's also not super easy shape. All right. I'm going to turn it so that we can. You guys, just pieces are just falling off of it. Good grief. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to set you guys here so that you can hopefully see once I get it open. Oh, good grief. All right. My breathing. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I know. Oh my God. Okay. Jeezy crazy. I don't know why the printer just did a thing. All I did was put the magazine on top of it from 1947. Okay. Oh my God. I feel like that is not one page. Okay. You guys, I'm so scared. Okay, I got it. Ah. Okay. I'm glad you guys are here because I ain't doing this twice. Wait, it's caught here. Ah. Ah. Come on, little scoot. Frick. Oh my God, I'm blowing pieces of paper away. Oh my God. Please don't fall off. I'm so sorry. I respect you and I just want to learn about you. I got it. Oh, I didn't see that one. Hang on. You can do it. You go. We go. All right. Oh, this one's under. Fudge, you guys. This is so stressful. How do historians do this stuff all the time? Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh my God. Let's get, ooh. I want to scoot it up. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Ah! Woo! 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 Oh my God, you guys. That was so stressful. I feel like I'm going to lose my dinner. Oh my God. All right, there it is. Woo! Good Lord. Oh my God. I'm just going to say. Oh my God. There was a minute there I thought it was going to completely just dissolve in the middle. And I was like, oh no, I just ruined the whole paper. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Woo. All right. We did it. Go us. Pull my sleeves back down because it's cold as bitch. Easy hold breath. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe next time I will use both pieces. Oh God. Nope, not doing that. Oh, that's where it lives now. Nope. Nope. It stays there. Okay. That's really, oh, you guys missed it. Okay. Deaths recorded December 25th. Explains mysticism of Parsifal. Dude, I thought it was going to get nicer and it does not. Quiet Christmas at the Capitol. Death rate shows big increase. Apollo Musical Club performance of Messiah. Cremates herself to erase sin. Guys, what is this newspaper? What is this newspaper? Are you kidding me? To light lake depths. World's Fair in Oregon will contain large body of illuminated water. Cool. I'm good with that. Right before deaths recorded on Christmas Day. Jesus. My legs hurt. My knees hurt because they were so clinched. Okay, I want to cremates herself to erase sin. This says hospital scene of joy. Santa Claus visits the unfortunates. That's what they're called. Let's see. Stabs 2 men in a fight. Want Guatemala to pay. Snow or rain predicted. Fire burns cargo. 4 men hold up 3. Hurt in gas explosion. Aliens see Santa Claus. Stop. Stop. No way. Santa fails in task. This is the day after Christmas. It's the day after Christmas, and they're like, you effed it up, Santa. You failed. Fire set in revenge. Oh my God. Drought in the East is broken. Prominent bishop charged with conspiracy. Solve Colorado murder mystery. Woman slain on mountain, was resident of Syracuse, New York. Although wealthy, she traveled for a day firm and carried gems. No gems on the body. Steal gems for sweetheart. Right next to that. Will fight white cappers, whatever those are. Girl saves life by jump. Experts fail to rob safe. Catch bandit after chase. Asks to be sent to jail. Seeks suicide in depot. Falls dead on street. You guys, cuts father to death. Detectives kidnap man. Murder done in church. 5 horses burn in barn. Shot dead by constable. Crowds wait to confess. What is this newspaper? This is incredible. 3 shot down from ambush. Wild engine causes havoc. Something cross sea. This is amazing. Noted club woman upholds divorce law. Look at her, you guys. Look at her. She's all head. She's like a head, a normal person's head on a doll's body. Look next to her. Funeral of pioneer today. That woman is made of porcelain. What is happening? Oh, thank you, Mountain Wolf. I am so glad that you came. I hope that you will subscribe. The Unfortunates. And I hope that we will see you again. Thank you so much. I hope I read your message in time. Happy times all around. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Mountain Wolf. And you can join the Discord if you want, and we'll all hang out some more. I don't even know where to start on this. This is amazing. Tonight, football, Yale. This is amazing. I guess I should take a picture. This is just the first page. Did it say 12 pages? Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm going to take a picture of porcelain head over here. I'm going to take a picture of head on a doll. That woman is all head. Let me take a picture of this part of the page. This part of the page. And then the stories. We're going to have to read the stories. I want to make sure I get all the good ones. Let's get this page. Conspiracy Bishop. Let's get this page. This page. And this page. This is crazy, you guys. I'm so glad that we found this newspaper. Wild. Absolutely. Every page is just amazing. I love it. Okay. Porcelain. These women have been dead for a very long time. I think they're okay. Oh, what's this big announcement on the top? Announcement! To accommodate the hundreds of friends and customers who were not able to make their selections on Saturday, owing to the crowded condition of our sales rooms, we shall keep open today. Oh, I guess Black Friday was a big deal there. We shall have our complete stock on display and plenty of salesmen to give everybody prompt and courteous attention. So sorry that you didn't get it the other day. Our delivery department will also be open all day, and goods that have been delayed for engraving, sizing, alteration, or otherwise can be obtained at any hour today without delay. I would love to be able to just, at a normal store, buy an outfit and have them tailor it to me. Just like by default, that's part of it, if it needs it. But no. All right, let's see if there's a price on here for diamonds, watches, and jewelry, and there's not. All right, so what do you guys want to read first? Should we read about the woman that's all head? Let's see who she is. Noted club woman upholds divorce law. We know she wasn't like a Supreme Court judge or something, so not in 1904. Mrs. Julia Ward Howe. It says it here, and then it says it here. Who recently defended the existing laws relating to divorce as one of the most noted club women of the country. What does that mean? She's in a club? In a short talk before the last meeting, they forgot the T. They needed me as an editor back then, of the New England Women's Club. She is reported to have said the effect of stringent divorce laws have always been to encourage immorality, alluding to conditions existing in France and other countries. That's it. That's all it says. Thank you. She was like, you don't want us to be like the French, do you? Oh, this one here. Let me see. This one here says, dies in fight with kin. That's the whole article. Father-in-law and brother-in-law are held for murder. Evansville, Indiana, December 25th. George Reinert was shot and killed in a fight with his father-in-law, W.T. Leggett, and his brother-in-law, George Newman, here today. Both Newman and Leggett were arrested. Who did they kill? Oh, George Reinert was shot and killed. That was the first thing that they said. Got it. Whatever. Okay. R.I.P. George. Good job. I mean, they arrested 2 people. So maybe, he had it coming. If 2 people agreed he should die that day. Anyway. All right, I'm going to back up. I don't know if my chat is frozen or not. It is. Leggett ain't playing. And then after he killed him, he legged it. All right, let's see. I feel like there's so many good stories. Let's see what the aliens are doing. Where was that? I saw aliens somewhere. Where is it? Oh, aliens see Santa Claus. Oh, immigrants. Oh, okay. Numbering 4,700. At least they didn't say half of 10,000. Treated to dinner at New York. New York, December 25th. In spite of a severe snowstorm, there was no lack of interest in the celebration of Christmas throughout the city, although the festivities were toned down by the Sabbath solemnity, and in some instances were held in abeyance until tomorrow. Churches were well attended and religious services were held in nearly all the philanthropic charitable institutions and at the police court prisons. This page is really easy to read. Like, it's clean. It's just that middle part. But this page looks nice. It doesn't look damaged. Murder done in church. Okay, I gotta focus. On Ellis Island, 2,000 aliens of many nationalities were introduced to the American Santa Claus. At least specified that they know that that's the American one. Later in the day, when the number had swelled to 4,700, they were given a Christmas dinner with all the good things appropriate to the occasion. Owing to the late arrival of the Saturday ships, an unusually large number of immigrants were obliged to remain at Ellis Island over Saturday night and to spend their Christmas morning there. The first surprise came at breakfast. You're all being deported. No, I'm just kidding. On the lawn tables were a large number of little 4-foot Christmas trees. Little? On the table, they put 4-foot tall trees. Sorry, that's what? That's your breakfast. I hope you like pine needles. All the children received toys and candy. Oh, okay. The women, fruit and candy. And the men, pipes and tobacco, cigars and cigarettes. I mean, if I was a guy, I think I would want some fruit and some candy. And maybe some toys. I don't know. Let's see. Miss Gould as Santa? Wait. Was Santa a drag king? Makes happy the wards of the orphan asylum she founded. Special telegram, Tarrytown, New York, December 25th. Miss Helen Miller Gould, following her annual custom, had the inmates of her boy orphanage. Inmates? That's what they called them? I'd rather be called orphan. Okay. Her boy orphanage called Woody Crest. Come on now. Those are the Woody boys. At Tarrytown, hang up their stockings on Saturday night, and on Christmas morning when they awoke, they found Santa Claus had been there through the generosity of Miss Gould and had left books, toys, candy, clothing, and other gifts for them. Santa, sent a stereopticon with 100 slides so that they can have nightly entertainments at the institution during the winter. Tonight there was a gaily lighted Christmas tree for them too. At noontime, they all enjoyed a fine turkey dinner, which had been provided by Miss Gould, consisting of roast turkey and all the fixings, fruit, plum pudding, and pumpkin pies. I could go for some of that right now, but I'm not an orphan yet. Miss Gould gave all her servants gold pieces. Come on, we're all going to be maybe, hopefully. Because, you're not supposed to go before your parents, right? Okay. I found a way to make this uncomfortable for all of us. That's crazy to call them inmates. Period drag. England is charitable. That's worth a headline. They were like, holy cow, what? England? Nuh-uh. All right, so does anybody have one that you definitely want me to read? Let's see. So we have deaths. We have they light the water for the World's Fair. Explains mysticism of Parsifal. Don't know what that means. Pilgrimage of human soul through suffering to wisdom. Okay, that's what that says. Cremates herself to erase sin. Wants Guatemala to pay. Hospital scene of joy, Santa Claus. Snow or rain predicted. Fire burns part of cargo. Stabs 2 men in a fight. Death rate shows big increase. Quiet Christmas at the hotel. England is charitable. 4 men hold up 3. Hurt in gas explosion. Santa fails in task. It says hundreds of thousands of packages undelivered. Way to go, you old fart. And then this one is over here. All right, here we go. Crowds wait to confess. Shot dead by constable. 5 horses burn in barn. Murder done in church. 3 shot down from ambush. Japan doubles war army. Tells men never to retreat. Agrees with Dr. Abbott. That sounds boring. Cuts father to death. Detectives kidnap man. Fire set in revenge. Dies in fight with kin, we read. Okay. Druth in East is broken. Pennsylvania gets... I can't read that from here. Let me see. Pennsylvania gets rain. Rivers rise and coal famine will vanish. What is a coal famine? There's no coal to eat. What'll he do? Wild engine causes havoc. Something cross sea. Asks to be sent to jail. Russian reform sweeping of the manifesto. Seeks suicide in depot. Falls dead on street. Headaches. Something colds. Oh, that's a good one. Let's read that. Laxative bromo quick removes the cause to get the genuine, the full name, and look for the signature. C.W. Grove, 25 cents if you want to get to the cause. Okay, let's see. Steals gems for sweetheart. Buyer of drinks robbed. Buyer of drinks? Why would you rob that guy? He's already buying you a drink. Will fight white cappers. War on clans. That is what it means. Ugh. Fire fatal to 2 women. Solve Colorado murder mystery. Girl saves life by jump. Run down by streetcar. Apologize and then rob. Okay. Experts fail to rob safe. All right, so let's see. Who cutting daddy? Okay, so let's see what... I know, right? I thought this was a joke because it's so morbid and everything is so negative and like deadly, but it's real. The addresses being real is insane to me. All right, so let's see who cuts father to death. Fatal outcome of a Christmas spree at Blackshear, Georgia. December 25th. They needed me back then. T.B. Altman, a prominent farmer, is dead. His son, Darling Altman, charged with involuntary manslaughter. It was voluntary because you named your son Darling and you had it coming. TB. Just because you're named after tuberculosis. And City Marshal McMillan, badly cut as a result of a Christmas carousel. What's a carousel? That's fun. Altman and his son came into town, and as they became disorderly, Marshal McMillan tried to arrest them. Young Altman drew his knife, shoved McMillan, who had T.B. Altman by the arm, down. Young Altman, falling on McMillan, commenced cutting. So I start shooting. Okay. The evidence before the coroner's inquest showed that young Altman accidentally cut his father while trying to cut McMillan. The jury brought in a verdict of involuntary manslaughter. Marshal McMillan will recover. Fatal outcome of a Christmas spree. So the father and son were loud, became disorderly, and the cop messed with him, grabbed his dad, so he tried to save his dad. That sucks. All right. All right, let's see. I want to know, I wanted to see cremates herself to erase sin, because how do you cremate yourself? It requires a lot of heat to do that, and it's a long time. Not that I've done it, but let's see what it says. And I've got you guys right here. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right away. It goes, this newspaper does not mince words. Cremates herself to erase sin. Woman lights oil-soaked dress with candle from Christmas tree. Guys, this can't be real. This can't be real. You couldn't, if you were in a creative writing class, you could not come up with this many insane stories all at once to fit on 12 pages. Are you kidding me? A pillar of flame. She leaps from window into husband's arms and dies. Did he light on fire? I have so many questions. When we got this newspaper, we were just skimming over the cover of it and we were like, this is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh my God. Every word is worse than the last. And we thought it was funny, but this is a lot. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Wow. And I'm trying not to tear any piece of this disgusting collection of horror stories. Oh my God. Oh my God. Special telegram. St. Louis, Missouri, December 25th. In the belief that death by fire would wipe out her sins and ensure her escape from the pains of purgatory. No, committing suicide is still okay. Mrs. Mary Lawson burned herself to death today at her home. Well, we got a home. We got a home. 1606 Carroll Street. 1606 Carroll Street. Chicago. There we are. 1606, yeah? Carroll Street. All right, we got it. Oh, wait, that's Carroll Avenue. Hang on. It can't change it. Don't you change it. Carroll Street. Search. Nope, Carroll Avenue is all that comes up. All right, maybe it got bigger and changed to an avenue. Now it is, let's see if you guys there. Some kind of an apartment building. This looks sad. Is that a park? Nope, it's a parking lot. Oh, well, there's a water tower. That would have been helpful, wouldn't it? Why did they take us to the alley? They could have taken us to the front of the building. Hey, look. He's like, hey, I'm a dude walking. Well, not super welcoming. Hey, art. Not a super great neighborhood. All right, so that's where this happened. All right. She saturated her clothing with kerosene, lighted the oil with a candle from her children's Christmas tree. That's a good way to make your children remember you. Oh my God, there's pieces of this newspaper on the floor. Would this have helped us read the stories earlier? The last employees and gone across lunch, they were overjoyed of the day's sales, occurred south of 42nd. At the time, scores of other who had attended the party way to their homes. Revolver close to. Cool. All right, so another revolver. Okay. And as the blaze leaped up to her face, she jumped out of a window into the arms of her husband to perish, despite his heroic efforts to save her. He was outside, and she jumped out the window into his arms. on fire with an accelerant. Oh my God. Husband ignored her threat. For several days, Mrs. Lawson had been declaring that life was not worth the living. Okay. But her husband thought she was suffering only from one of her accustomed spells of despondency. Oh, she's always like that. And soon would rally. About 11 o'clock this morning, however, while Michael Lawson was visiting neighbors, she decided to carry out her oft-repeated threat. In an instant after she had lighted her oil-soaked dress with a candle from the Christmas tree she had prepared for her children, she was a veritable pillar of fire. For a breath of fresh air, she ran to the window overlooking the backyard. For a breath of fresh air? Who wrote this? Drop it like it's hot. Kathy jumps into husband's arms. At that instant, Mr. Lawson was returning home. Her screams attracted his attention. Jump into my arms, he cried to her as he extended them. Why would you? Okay. That's a choice. In an instant, she leaped out, and together, man and wife rolled over on the ground. With his coat, Lawson finally put out the fire. Wow, with kerosene and everything? Look at him. But not until his wife had been fatally burned. An ambulance was called, and she was hastened to the city hospital where she died at 9 o'clock. Wait a minute, this was 11 o'clock in the morning. And then she died at 9 o'clock? Oh my God, she was in pain for 10 hours. Lawson disappeared and has not been seen since by his friends. Oh my God. That is... Oh. Wow. I mean, that story is everything I expected it to be. But I'm still shook. Holy cow. Speaking of fire, fire burns part of cargo. Hurt in gas explosion. That one's shorter. West Virginia residence is wrecked and 2 are injured. Wheeling, West Virginia. December 25th, 5 persons were injured, 2 of them seriously today, by a natural gas explosion in the home of B.F. Beggs in North Wheeling. Oh, no address. Miss Pearl Cox. Stop. Oh my God. That can't be someone's real name. I'm a child. B.F. Beggs and Miss Pearl Cox of West Liberty. A visitor was seriously burned, and an infant was thrown halfway across the street, sustaining serious wounds. I'm sorry, I was picturing somebody throwing an infant away from the fire and not it being thrown by the explosion. And I was like, what? That's a plan. Oh my God. Mr. Biggs, Mrs. Biggs, and Glenn Biggs were painfully hurt. Glenn must have been the baby. The house was completely wrecked. Yeah, I would think so. Okay. Let's see. Cargo, 200 bales of cotton thrown overboard. Tobacco. Okay, nobody died there. Postmaster resigns to be editor. Oh, good for you. All right. I didn't think my comment went through. Death is a banned word. No picking on the last name. Sorry. But Pearl, I don't know. Why is death a banned word? That's dumb. Were you picking an article? What was your comment? Now I want to know. I have to know. Was it deaths? Cavini George. Oh, George Cavaney. There we go. Beloved son of James and Mary Cavaney, born Blake. Wait, Blake changed his name to George. At residence 633 Flournoy Street. Notice of funeral later. So what? It's interesting going to places where people died on Google Maps. 633. So far, everything's been an actual address. Flournoy Street in Chicago. There it is. All right. There we go. So it looks like the street from The Exorcist where he walks from the school. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. No, that's a lot of triple windows. Is that a door? Is that how you get in? No, that's just part of the fence. How do you get in there? Oh, nope. How do you get in there? Trying to go the back way. Okay, I guess you go in that way. I was hoping they would show me different years. Sometimes you can do that. All right. Oh, sorry, the glare. Oh, there's nothing really important. I just said it needs both a lot of heat and a lot of time, but doesn't it involve a little bit of death? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's see. Didn't say how he died, just that he died. So let's see if we can find somebody how they died. Mrs. Mary Clancy died December 24th, 1904, beloved wife of Daniel Clancy and the mother of Sister Augusta Delia, J. Edward, Mary Anna. Oh, wait. Sister Augusta, and then changed her name to Delia? Mary, Anna, Thomas, and Daniel F. Clancy. That's a lot of brothers. Funeral Tuesday. Cavalry. I don't see anything saying how they died. Gallery passed away suddenly. Daniel J. Gallery. Doesn't say how. Doesn't say how. It says where they're buried too. This is crazy. Oh, she gets a lot. Catherine O'Donnell, December 25th, widow of the late Patrick O'Donnell, mother of Joseph A. O'Donnell. Mrs. James P. Connery and Michael O'Donnell, native of Crossmolina, County Mayo, Ireland. Funeral Wednesday, December 28th at 10 o'clock from her daughter's residence, 821 Washington Boulevard, to St. Malachi's Church, corner of Western Avenue and Walnut Street, where solemn high mass will be celebrated, thence by carriages to Calvary. Okay. Nugent. Okay. Papers, please copy. Yeah, they did. That's what we're looking at. She's always like that? No, I don't trust him. Wait, what? All right, I finished my hot chocolate, which is now ice cold. Worst at the post office. Oh, that's right. Santa is a failure. I forgot that. All right, so let's see. Do you guys want to keep going? Are you enjoying this? Let's see. Let me go through them again and see if we've got some good ones left. Stabs 2 men in a fight. 4 men hold up 3. Murder done in church. 5 horses burn in barn. Shot dead by a constable. Crowds wait to confess. Falls dead on street. Fire set in revenge. Seeks suicide in depot. Asks to be sent to jail. Will fight white cappers. Fire fatal to 2 women. Girl saves life by jump. Solve Colorado murder mystery. I feel like there's so many good ones. I don't even know where to start. I'm like overwhelmed. Hi, David. This is a 1904 newspaper from the day after Christmas in Chicago. Let's scooch you guys over here. There we go. All right, so let's see if we can solve Colorado murder mystery. That sounds good to me. All right. Sorry if I keep swallowing. It's because I did my ghost tour tonight. I had a ton of people, so I had to shout really loud so everybody could hear me, and there was a bunch of music playing and stuff. So my throat hurts a little bit from shouting and talking all night, but I am ready to keep doing this for the good of the country. Solve Colorado murder mystery. Woman slain on mountain was resident of Syracuse, New York. Although wealthy, she traveled for a day firm and carried gems. Okay, so part of it. I don't know if I'm in the shot, sorry. And something, her own right. She lived with her parents and satisfied a craving for business by traveling for a wholesale drug firm. She was one of the most successful drummers in the country. I don't want to tear the paper, but I'm trying to hold my spot. Let me see if there's like something I can point with. Let's use this pencil. It's a mechanical pencil with no tip. Okay. Here we are. We're over here. All right. She was one of the most successful drummers in the country, traveling from the Atlantic to the Pacific coasts and obtaining orders where men who had spent their lives on the road had been repulsed. Miss Kempter had jewels to the amount of about $5,000. She wore a watch valued at $1,000. Well, geez, they were paying her pretty good. It was one of the tiniest examples of the watchmaker's art, and the back of the case was set with diamonds. The young woman had also 3 rings of great value, and they are reported to be missing, of course. Other jewels she carried in a chamois bag inside her blouse. No gems on the body. The Colorado Springs police report that not a gem was found on the body, and still they do not hold to the motive being robbery. They found the gems in her shirt, and they're like, no, this wasn't a robbery. Okay, that's fine. A dispatch from Chief of Police Reynolds to Charles R. Kempter, the father of the dead girl, tonight, says there's a grave suspicion attached to a wealthy man who had been seen in the company of Miss Kempter on several of her business trips to the city. Oh, you guys, she was seeing somebody who wanted her jewels. Who's on the front page? Maybe she was a mistress. That's a good point. I know, the money now. In today dollars, who knows? I didn't even think about that. The person on the front of the paper was some old dude with a mustache. Was he a politician? He was resigning from his seat, I think. Okay. I don't know who that is. Prominent bishop charged with conspiracy. That's who that is. All right, let's see. A dispatch from Chief of Police Reynolds to Charles R. Kempter, the father of the dead girl, tonight, said there is grave suspicion attached to a wealthy man who had been seen in the company. Okay. Mr. Kempter says that his daughter had a craze for business and that she preferred this nomad existence to permanent life at home. She came here only at irregular intervals. She went to the Pacific coast last January and had been working the country eastward. Mr. Kempter showed a chart of her journeying from city to city, and on it, the young woman herself had drawn lines which would have carried her home for Christmas. Her last letter was written in Colorado Springs on December 2nd and was received 2 days later. In it, Miss Kempter said she would leave for Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania in a week or two, and that she would be at home certainly for Christmas. Oh my God, she was identified through dental records. It says identified through teeth. When no word was received from her for 2 weeks, Mr. Kempter became worried, and he communicated with the Colorado Springs police as soon as he read of the discovery of the murder. The identification of the body has been made positive through the teeth. The father says he has not the slightest doubt that his daughter was the victim, and he has telegraphed to a relative in California to hurry to Colorado Springs to identify the body. How does he know so certainly? Mr. Kempter will leave here at once for Colorado Springs. He says he will engage private detectives to work on the mystery in case the police are still baffled when he reaches his destination. Why would they headline that Solve Colorado Murder Mystery? They didn't give us anything to work with. What does that mean? Staged? That they took her jewels to make it look, I don't know. This is a very strange article. Huh. Politics. You're full of buzzwords tonight, Dave. All right, let's see. We'll fight Whitecappers because I want to read that. Governor Vardaman of Mississippi declares war on clans. Way to go, Mississippi in 1904, electing a governor who is going to go to bat. Special telegram, New Orleans, Louisiana, December 25th. Governor James K. Vardaman of Mississippi declares he will rid the states of Whitecappers of Negroes. It developed today that the governor has retained the services of a squad of Chicago detectives to go to Franklin County and secure evidence against the Whitecappers that have been operating in that section. He declares a general crusade against Whitecappers and has been inaugurated in Mississippi. The district court has I'm still trying to figure out what these words mean. I'm like, wait, is this what I think it is, or is it the backwards? I don't know what's happening. The district court has just cleared out Lincoln County when about 300 cases were tried, white men being convicted right and left and sent to the penitentiary, 1 for life, 5 for 50 years, and a large number for 20 years. The same will be done in Franklin County, so Governor Vardaman declared today. The McCall Creek neighborhood will be cleared out by the Pinkerton men first. Oh, snap! God dang! Oh, wow, Kathy. $35,000. Woo-wee! Wow. 1904, that's close enough. Yeah, I know, Alyssa. This is sketchy to read. You never know if the article is going to have something in it, too, because you're like just reading along and then you go, oh. And a lot of this, I don't even know what it means until I say it out loud. And then I'm like, oh. Okay. All right, let's see. Fire fatal to 2 women looks short. Flames followed Christmas celebration in New York. New York, December 26th. 2 women lost their lives and 2 other persons were overcome by smoke in a fire in Allen Street early today. The dead are Mrs. Fountain, 50 years of age, and Miss Skelly, aged 40. In a hospital in a serious condition are Owen McGrath and his wife, who were overcome by smoke and were taken out of the building unconscious by the firemen. Oh, they're going to Jack Pearson. The fire followed a Christmas celebration and was caused by the overturning of a lamp. Way to go. Let's see. Falls dead on street. Joseph Morris dies suddenly on sidewalk in front of home. He made it all the way home and then killed. What does that say? Oh, okay. I thought that was an N. Joseph Morris, a Polish laborer, fell dead on the sidewalk last night in front of his home at 3256 Wall Street. All right, let's look it up. We got this. We're doing it. This is fun for me. I'm doing it. People need to stop feeding the bears at the national parks. I'll tell that. Probably going to get eaten by a bear on my way back home tonight. 3256. 3256 Wall Street, Chicago. It doesn't say. I don't know if that's a place anymore. I don't see it. It's not coming up. He had been visiting at the home of a neighbor and was returning when it is supposed he was overcome by heart trouble from which he is said to have suffered. An inquest over the remains will be held this morning at the county morgue where the body was taken. Wait, we got a second one. George S. Burke, 34 years old, 311 Grand Avenue. There we go. They just pack them in, huh? One article has 2 deaths. East Grand Avenue or West Grand Avenue? Let's go with the first one. All right, 311 West Grand Avenue. What is that now? IBM. Everything looks like this. Across the street from Chevalier. Af. Gerp. Lit. Okay. What does that mean, actually? What is this AF GERP Limited? Affiliate Group Limited? Did I just get it? Oh my God, I'm stupid. All right. Ignore me. Oh my God, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God. War Street. Just 1 week. All right, so let's see. Died suddenly last night at the home of Michael Garrity. Oh, God dang it. The address of the dead guy, if that's not where he died. All right, so he didn't die there. He died at 247 Grand Avenue. 247 Grand Avenue. East or west? Let's try east this time since we looked at west last time. Oh my God, look at this guy's hat. All right, what are we looking for? 247. This looks like where they did the movie. Oh, it's a whole gang of bicyclists. What is happening in this Google Maps thing? What in the world? All right, so just as cold and personless and humanless. Got it. This that is a vibe. I found this newspaper inside an old locker from a thrift store. Let's see. Burke, who is a telegraph operator, entered the place shortly after 7 o'clock and asked permission to go to bed. He went to sleep in a room and was found dead later. He was like, I gotta lay down. And they were like, oh, sure. And he said, no, I meant forever. All right. Seeks suicide in depot. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try harder to make sure you can see what I'm talking about here. All right, 1904, Chicago. Mixing bowl. Chicagoan takes weapon from a woman and shoots himself. LaPorte, Indiana, December 25th. Edward Bertrand of Chicago, age 34 years, was ejected from a Wabash, I don't know how to say that, passenger train at Westville at 2 o'clock this morning. He walked the floor of the depot until 4:30, then evidently crazed by his despondency. How do you get crazed? Isn't despondent like not emotional? He compelled Miss Clayton, the night operator who was alone in the station, to give him the revolver. I thought it was another typo. Which she carried for her protection. Standing in front of her, she gave it to him. He compelled her, and she gave it to him. If someone seems crazed, why would you be like, here's a gun, maybe you'll shoot me? Standing in front of her, he sent a bullet crashing through. What, could they write this in a less dramatic way? Jesus. His head just above the right eye. What a nice article. Miss Clayton managed to summon assistance, and Bertrand was brought to a hospital in the city where he lies in a critical condition. He didn't even do it. Oh my God. He's not going to be any happier now unless he got the misery center of his brain. Oh my God. Miss Clayton was completely unnerved by the tragedy. They misspelled that. Are you kidding me, you guys? What is this newspaper? What is this newspaper? What is this? Oh my God. Vampire. Guaranteed, he said, someone's coming. Like, give it to me. Protect us. He wouldn't have seemed crazed. She wouldn't have. I don't know. Couldn't even get the job done. That's right. It did say seeks and not like actually. Wow. 1904. He failed. He didn't do it. My goodness. All right, let's see. Asks to be sent to jail. Well-educated. I don't know, family. Good family? No, that doesn't look like a G. It's a lowercase. Well-educated and good family. Nope, that's not an A because this A doesn't look like that. Of good family and has drunk in fortune, maybe? I don't know what that says. Special telegram. New York, December. Margaret Avery, who comes of a good family. No. Comes of a good fam and has been well educated, and who at the age of 30, inherited $19,000. $19,000 in 1904. They do use despondent a lot. They could be more creative. Let's see. Unless it's different authors, but then that must have just been like the popular way to say it at the time. Let's see. $19,000 in 1904, was sentenced to days in jail at her own request at something, New Jersey, Saturday. There being no something for women. She is now 63 years old. A 63-year-old rich lady said she wanted to go to prison because there is no reformery for women. All right, this part is really, really cracked. At the age of 20, became addicted to drink, and when, to her fortune, she speedily something. She had the distinction of been arrested more times than any Male or female in the state. Oh, God. She's been committed to the penitentiary more times on charges. More than 20, maybe? Nope, there's not enough room for that. More than 50 times? That's what it says. On charges of drunkenness by the police of Bloomfield, Montclair, Newark, and other places. Since December 5th, she has been before the authorities 5 times on the charge of vagrancy. Good Lord. Everything was melancholy and despondent then. Yeah, there's a range. $722,000. I would take that. And she wasted it. Nowhere for old people, she means. Yeah, probably. Ugh. It'd be hard not to be melancholy and despondent back then. I'm already bummed out all the time now, and we have iPads. All right, let's see. Murder done in church. Let's check that one out. There it is. Murder done in church. Brawl in Christmas entertainment in Mission is fatal. Wait, they had missions in Chicago? I thought they were just up the California coast. I guess that doesn't make sense. That's like a whole thing for them. All right, Holden, Missouri, December 25th. At the Christmas exercises at Columbus, a hamlet 15 miles north of here, Herbert Martin, 23 years old, was killed with a club during a fight in which several of the neighborhood boys participated. And Hiram Hyatt, 19 years old, is charged with the crime. Hiram. The trouble occurred at the village church where a Christmas entertainment was in progress. During the play, Hyatt is the son of W.C. Hyatt and lives with his parents at the farm where Mary Henderson was slain a few years ago, resulting in a manhunt for Bossy Francis, I'm going to say black person, who is charged with the murder. No. How long ago? A few years ago? It was Hiram. That kid is a killer, and Bossy Francis went down for it. I'm just saying. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2024. And that kid is a dick. Okay, let's see. Not that things are great now, but it's sad to think elderly women were just left and nowhere to go. Yeah, especially with, she had money back then. Nobody did. 9 or 18. She was rich. She could have bought a house. I know. She drank it away. Yep. Choices. That kid's a murderer. All right, let's see. 5 horses. Oh, this one's going to be hard. Born in barn. Burn in barn. I tried to make it nice in my head. My brain did that for me. Animals owned by Mrs. Dooley are lost in flames. 5 horses were burned in a fire that destroyed a barn in the rear of 292 North Branch Street. Here we go. We're going. Going on a road trip. 292 North Branch Street, Chicago, Illinois. This is no longer a farm town. It's parking lots. Guardian. Yikes. What is that? No, that's the street. What's this? Guardian equipment. Oh, like the healthcare. Okay. All right. Me sad about the poor old ladies. We didn't even know, but we did. What kind of tree? You talking about Branch Street? Let's see. Shortly after 5 o'clock last evening, the barn was owned by Mrs. Annie Dooley, 41 Cherry Avenue. The horses, also owned by Mrs. Annie Dooley, were locked in the barn, and the firemen were unable to rescue them. They were valued at $400, and the damage to the barn was $200. Oh, God. Let's not talk about money when animals have been hurt. Shot dead by constable. Farmer who wounded a bystander. Oh, my God. On the street? Oh, I don't know. It's Chicago, though, so it's some kind of Chicago tree, Illinois. Sometimes the headline is not the craziest part of the article. Farmer who wounded a bystander while resisting arrest is killed. Romance, Missouri. Everett Gilland, a farmer, while resisting arrest today, shot at John Wilson, a constable, and the shot fatally wounded Robert Lance, a bystander. If you're not a good shot, if you don't know that you're gonna hit your target, why are you just brandishing? Anyway. Yeah, I know, Alyssa, but it makes me sad. A bystander. Then Wilson, the constable, drew his revolver, another revolver, and instantly killed Gilland. Crowds wait to confess. Father John of Kronstadt is ill, and peasants miss him. Peasants? Oh no, not the peasants. Kronstadt, December 25th. Father John of Kronstadt is seriously ill, and thousands of peasants are awaiting his recovery in order to confess. Oh, okay. Gang defies authorities. All right, so this one looks like a juicy one. So I want to bring you guys along with me on this because always a bystander. I know. Just being in the town, being outside, even inside your house. I'm tired of hearing stories about New Year's Eve, people dying from a bullet inside their house that falls from the sky. Like, could we stop doing that? Be great. Stat. All right, we're up here. Fire set in revenge. I want to see what this is about. C. Whit tries to burn his sweetheart's house. Takes action on Christmas because denied admission. Denied. Whistles as the occupants flee to street in panic. He's whistling like a song or like whistling like Negan in Walking Dead. Building next door is destroyed. An alleged incendiary arrested. Selecting Christmas morning as the time to display vengeful ingenuity to the best advantage, Charles Witt, forbidden to enter the home of his sweetheart, Mrs. Bertha Brazen, with an S, is alleged to have set fire to the building next door in order that she might be driven from the house where he might not visit. As a result, Witt is locked up at West Chicago Avenue Police Station, charged with arson, and all the satisfaction he derived from his carefully laid plan was to see the building next door to that occupied by Mrs. Brazen at 482 West Chicago Avenue. Here we go. We're doing it. We're going on another road trip, everybody. To Chicago. Right. 482. Wait a minute. Yep. All right. West Chicago Avenue. Yep. There we go. Sorry about the light. Let's see what's there now. Well, it burned down, didn't it? All right, I don't know what that is, but it's cool looking. Ugh. I don't like cities. I don't think. Like these trees look all sparse and sad. They don't get any sunlight. Man. Echo. With a nice view of some more skyscrapers. You can tell which way the sun shines because of how dense the trees look on the other side of the street that aren't hidden by all that. So what's here at 482? There's a dog. There's a dog, everybody. They didn't blur the dog. Okay. I wonder what this is. Could they make this slower? I'm so glad we don't have to drive like this. My old stepmom used to drive like that. All right. Gas brake, gas brake. Aliu Spa. Across the street. Okay, so that's not even what this is. So what is that thing? All right, it doesn't matter. It didn't burn down. This is what it is. Funny how you can get betrayed by a paper 100 years later. Mark cute dog or cat off your bingo board. All right. Let's see. So he was able to see the building next door burn while he whistled to see the frightened woman dash from her home and give the alarm of fire and to wrestle with the policeman who arrested him. According to the police and other witnesses who told of the affair, Witt endeavored to bring Mrs. Brazen out of her home in view of the fact that she had refused to permit him to come into it. He is a vampire. All right, I'll bring you out here. The proposition of gaining access to her was simple enough, but the consequences appeared to be something Witt did not foresee. He thought it through. Well, he had prepared a Christmas surprise for his sweetheart. The surprise reverted to him, and he spent the Merry Christmas Day in the cold and solitude of a gloomy cell. Whistles as house burns. Emulating Nero's example, Witt, according to the police, stepped across the street after he had set fire to the building next door to Miss Brazen's home and whistled while the blaze crackled and the occupants of the buildings rushed into the street. He was found a calm spectator on the other side of the street and arrested after a struggle by the police. So he waited, and then when they arrested him, he was like, nuh-uh. Dude, if you didn't want to be arrested, you could have left. Ugh. Quote, "You will know all Christmas morning," were the fateful words Witt is alleged to have spoken when last he was turned from the doors of Mrs. Brazen, with explicit instructions to stay away or be arrested. When Mrs. Brazen awoke yesterday morning to distribute her presents between her two children, she did not know that Witt was safely locked up. Oh, she did know. She did know, sorry. Quarrels mar courtship. Witt's methods of lovemaking. What is happening right now? You guys, this article just got cray. This article just took a turn. This is what it says. I am reading you from a newspaper from 1904. And this is literally what it says. I didn't need to know any of this. We're going to get through this together. Witt's methods of lovemaking were sometimes violent. According to Mrs. Brazen, what, the guy that burned down your neighbor's house with people in it? What a shock that he would be the same type to be violent in bed. According to Mrs. Brazen, and the two frequently quarreled. Witt has been living at 290 Dayton Street, but formerly roomed at the home of Mrs. Brazen. According to her story, he left when she moved to Chicago Avenue. Since then, he has returned several times to visit her and has generally instituted a quarrel. Several days ago, he called and was refused admittance to the flat. He thereupon made the statement that she would learn something Sunday morning. Mrs. Brazen wondered what the news could be. but did not think very much about it. Really? Oh my God. Good Christ, everybody. Okay. Until she was awakened Christmas Eve by the glare of fire and the crackling of flames in the vacant building next door. Didn't it just say the occupants of the buildings? I guess around in the neighborhood? This is badly written. Who wrote this? 1904. Oh, you know what? I haven't seen one author's name. I haven't seen one byline in this whole newspaper. Have you guys? Because, a Disney story. That's something that's interesting. Anyway, where did I leave off? Okay. Then she recalled the fateful words. With Mrs. Edward Hensel, who lives in the same building, she gave the alarm and probably saved the building in which she lives from destruction. When the firemen and police arrived, the old building was burning fiercely, and Whit was standing in the shadow of a building across the street with a white fedora hat pulled down over his eyes. He didn't want to watch? Why did he stay? His light overcoat pulled up so he could bury his hands deeply in his trousers pockets. What was he doing? He was whistling, quote, "How I'd Like to Be an Angel." All right, hold on. Let's see if we can find How I'd Like to Be an Angel. That sounds, oops. That sounds like a song about wanting to die. Song, 1900s. Okay. Take out 1900s, How I'd Like to Be an Angel. There is no song that I can find. How I'd Like to Be an Angel. Maybe it's a hymn. Nope. Let's say How I'd Like to Be an Angel lyrics. Nope. Oh, I think they got the title wrong. We Shall All Be Angels in the Sweet By and By. How I'd Like to Be an Angel, the Great Salvation Army, they will be first. There is no doubt they'll soon fly to that happy land they rave so much about. We shall all be angels in the sweet by and by. We shall all be angels in the sweet by and by song. Okay. Old people. Are these dead people? What the frick am I watching? What is... There's a land. Whoa. That is fairer than day. Okay, is this Neil Young? By faith we can see it afar. What a song to be whistling while your girlfriend's neighbor's house burns down. To prepare us a dwelling place there in the sweet by and by. Fun fact, gangs to this day, if you're a target, you know to never be home Christmas morning. Why is that, Alyssa? I didn't know that. We were always at my grandma's house in downtown Torrance on Christmas. All right. Well, that's the creepiest song ever. How nice for that. All right, let's see. Why bring it up and then drop it? Okay. Whoops. Oh, you know the song, Kathy? Let's see. Often at funerals. That's so weird. He was whistling that. Ew. Wow, Alyssa. For me, they were going to drive up and down the streets and shout my cousin's name, and anybody who looked, like anybody who turned to look, they were going to shoot because they didn't know what she looked like. That's the plan. That's what I was told. I was told, don't look if somebody shouts your cousin's name. I was like, I look whenever anybody shouts anything. That's not a good plan. Thank you so much, David C. I hope you subscribed. And I look forward to seeing you. We do Spooky Saturday every Saturday. So never look when your name is called, I guess. I was trained not to do that anyway. Especially like I answer to Marilyn. All right. Oh, thank you so much. I hope to see you again next week, if not before. And I've got some really dumb videos coming out. In the meantime, don't hold it against me. Oops. All right. Did I finish this article? Thank you so much, David. Did I finish it? No, I didn't. I see patrol wagon. I don't remember saying that. Oh, he was singing How I'd Like to Be an Angel, whistling. Policeman William White, Kohler, and Fitzgerald arrested him on the spot, and after a struggle, threw him into the patrol wagon and took him to the station. The police were informed that the man had been about the place earlier in the evening and had been seen to crawl from the building just before the alarm of fire was sounded at 2 o'clock in the morning. Denies he started fire. Stop it, please. When seen in a cell at the West Chicago Avenue police station, Witt denied any connection with the fire. Quote, I met Miss Brazen 2 years ago while I was employed in Fisher's Palm Garden, North and Clybourne Avenues. So people really talked like that, where they said the address of everything they talked about ever. I was serving drinks in the place, and she was seated at a table with a number of other women. The saloon had just been converted into a music hall, and the music and singing attracted large crowds. This is a long story for him, isn't it? I got talking with Miss Brazen, and in that way I got acquainted with her. I called at her home frequently since that time and was always warmly received until last night when they refused to let me enter. I knocked loudly on the door several times, but they refused to open it. Someone called from a window, and I informed them that it was I, but the window was closed and they did not open the door. I stopped on the porch some minutes and rested myself. I was very tired. I remember coming down the stairs and walking into the street, but I can remember nothing further than that until I was taken to the station. I'm certain I started no fire, and I believe I was strolling aimlessly about the street when I was arrested. That dude sounds like a psycho, cold-blooded killer, maniac. Okay. Sounds like he's trying real hard to be like, I was just whistling a little tizzy. Just a common funeral song, according to you guys. Kathy. Just singing a funeral song. Well, I watched a house burn down. Just a totally... Typically, in major newspapers, they often did not include the journalist's name under the headline. Instead, bylines were reserved for special reports. In opinion pieces or investigative articles, people were known more by their address than name than as property was very important. I see. Thank you, Stoner Jesus, for looking that up, because that was making me think maybe this wasn't a real newspaper. But now I think it's more of a newspaper that's real, because I didn't know that. And I feel like if someone was making a fake one, each byline would have silly names on it, like the Onion does. Let's see. Revenge is the motive. We're almost done with this one. Revenge, the police say, because Mrs. Brazen repelled his attentions, was the motive for the deed, and it is charged that the man really intended that the Brazen home should catch fire in the hope that its occupants might be made homeless or even worse. The fire department got the blaze under control, and the Brazen homestead was not injured. Quote, Witt had roomed and boarded with us for several months before we moved here, said Mrs. Brazen. If it's Mrs., isn't she married? Quote, he began to think he was boss of the house and said to me one day that my children seemed to have more rights around there than he. Yeah, bro. They're family. You're a dude. I told him that to show him how much figure he cut in the place, he would better move out. And lively at that, he went away. Dude, the lyrical way they spoke. The weather began to get cold a couple of weeks ago. He came prowling around and tried to get in again. I refused to let him come because he very seldom paid for his room or board. And since then, he has been sleeping around in the sheds and vacant buildings nearby. But he warned me that I would find out something Christmas morning. Mrs. Brazen has 3 children, a daughter and 2 sons, and is a hard-working woman. She will appear against Witt when he is brought up for hearing tomorrow morning on a charge of arson. Tomorrow morning? How swift was justice back then? All right, let's see. Buyer of drinks robbed. Liberal man loses money in a Wells Street saloon. Girl saves life by jump. Experts fail to rob safe. Flee for some unknown reason. Leaving tools behind. Huh. Quoi? Huh? Why would they leave? I'm going to skim it. Professional safe blowers attempted to rob the safe of Morris F. Levy, wholesale and retail meat dealer, 86 North State Street, early yesterday morning, but apparently were frightened away. That they were experts is apparent by the nature of tools and explosives they left behind, and which are now in possession of the police. They forced open a door. The jimmy had been inserted several times. And cashier's desk. Okay. Try to drill a hole. Plan was to blow it open with nitroglycerin and dynamite. It's not known what frightened the robbers away, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, a private watchman appeared in the rear of the establishment, and on flashing his dark lantern, isn't that the opposite purpose of a lantern? Discovered the marks. Tried the door and found it open. Entered with his revolver drawn. Let's see. He found that the thieves had already fled and left all their stuff. I watch this guy that finds old newspaper articles and goes to where they were. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if I was suggested to you tonight just by your algorithm. That's fun. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know how people find these. This was totally by accident, but it's such a good newspaper. Like, it's so dark. Let's see. There's one. How you guys doing? How are you still having fun? I don't even know how long I've been here. Oh, 3 hours? Oh my goodness. I've been here for 3 hours. I'm so sorry. And we've only made it to page 3. Like, this is page 2. This is page 3. I don't know what to do. I guess I could just start taking pictures of the articles. I don't even want to turn the page or move this, but what if a ranger needs this table tomorrow? I could move it over there, but what if they set something on top of it? Oh, goodness. I don't have control over the room. You're living your best right now. Okay. Thank you, Alyssa and Kathy. I'm so glad. Because I have no idea what to do. So here's what I'm thinking is I'm gonna keep going, but I do have to come up with a plan because 12 pages and we're only on 3, and there's no way we're going to have time to do more. And this is the tiniest font with the densest amount of crazy articles. I feel like there's so much more to be read here. So maybe we'll do a page a day going forward, since it's like an hour a page. Next week? Sure, absolutely. I was even thinking Marilyn Monday. Just because I don't know how long I want to have this newspaper out, and it's supposed to rain, and I don't know how well this building is sealed. You saw the microwave. But yes, I could do this next week, and maybe Monday. And in the meantime, tonight, I'm going to take pictures of the 3 pages, the articles on the 3 pages that we did read. And I might post them in my Spooky Saturday section on my Discord server. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys, dude, the microwave is like the newest thing in this building. I don't know if I've shown you this room before. Let me take the phone out of this mount so I can actually like use the actual phone that I'm broadcasting from here. Please don't drop on the newspaper. Oh my God. All right. So let me show you the kind of stuff. I put that there, obviously. But this is the kind of stuff that's in here. This, I don't know if there's a date. Oh yeah, there is a date on this. This says it expires October 2016. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, especially not with such a smug grin on your face. I've been sitting in the old chair. The old lamp is, that's the chair. Yep. This is the table that's also old. The lamp. Oh, that's right. I had a light on. I clipped a light here. Oh, I forgot. Oh, well. Oh, this is the 1947 magazine I was going to share with you guys too. But man, we did not have time. But there's the microwave. And then there's some old rocks over here. There's a pan. Some of these books are pretty old. This is California Boating Law from 1988, I think. Even though I don't live near a waterway. That's not where we are. I don't know how old most of this stuff is, but it's not recent. Yep. What is this? Hey, look at that. 1989. Huh? Some old keys set into the wall. Totally. No, this is new. They just redid that. There's an old CD player, how about, what is this called again? I forgot what that's called. I want to say run. I don't know what it's called. There's writing on the walls. I don't know. Like the actual walls, because that's what the Rangers do. They write directly on the walls. I think this is a picture of the house that used to be here way back in the day. Like way back in the day. Rolodex. Yes, we got there together, Alyssa. Rolodex. Oh my God, it's right effing there. Oh my God. Dude, it's the middle of the night, okay? We've got to be nicer to ourselves. Hey, that's a name brand Rolodex right there. That's a name brand Rolodex. Oh, there's some old vacuum cleaners. Thank you guys. Thank you guys right now. I can't believe it said it right there. Unbelievable. It's late. It's 1:30 in the morning here. I can't believe it said Rolodex right on it. I was already this bad like when we started the broadcast, but let's see. I feel like we could do a couple of quick ones that we haven't done yet. Yeah, let's do unbelievable. 4 men hold up 3. Let's do that. Beat one to death and injure another fatally. That's death. Okay. Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, December 25th. Shortly before 1 o'clock this morning, Stephen Pushart, John Brinkish, and Martin Poblish were held up on the outskirts of Lansford and beaten. This is like loopy tired. Good night, Stoner Jesus. Okay. Outskirts of Lansford and beaten by 4 men who were armed with blackjacks. Wait, I thought that was a... Oh, no. Yeah, jacks is a game, like little tiny marbles and stuff. What are blackjacks? Now I got to look that up. Gosh darn it. Can somebody look up blackjacks and see what kind of weaponry those are? Oh, I'm so glad, Kathy. I'm so glad that you came by. Sorry to keep you up. It is believed... Oh, Pushart was killed and Brinkush, it is believed, fatally injured. Poblish escaped from his assailants and made his way to Lansford, where he notified the police. There is no clue to the identity of the murderers. I'm sorry. Clue. You don't even have a clue. Stabs 2 men in a fight. Andrew Cresco attacks pedestrians without provocation. What a jerk. 2 men were cut and severely wounded early yesterday morning, right here, in a quarrel with Andrew Cresco, 101 Cornell Street at Chase and Cornell Streets. Not just an address, directions. The men fought in the streets for half an hour until they were stopped by a policeman who arrested Cresco. Thomas Mozart, 383 Cornell Street. Now do you see where I use a mount? My hand's all shaky. Was stabbed in the right cheek? Who stabs a person in his cheek? And was cut about the head and neck by Cresco, who it is said attacked him, and Matthias Dworak. Dworak received cuts about the head and neck, and his wounds were said to be serious. I would say so. He was taken to his home by the police. Bro, take him to the hospital. Oh, he got stabbed in the face. Oh, yeah, we'll just take you home. Do you need a ride home, Dworak? Cresco had been drinking and mistaking the men for 2 others, whom he asserted he had quarreled with early in the evening. He attacked them. Cresco was arrested. I thought they were someone else. In a quarrel in the saloon of John... Oh, here's another bonus. John Krajecki, 31 Wade Street last night. Another John Suzolecki, 26 years old, 74 Front Street, was shot through the left arm by the proprietor. Suzolecki entered the saloon shortly after 8 o'clock and it is said refused to pay for drinks. Krajecki was arrested. A blackjack weapon or sap refers to a group of weapons that are short, concealable, and weighted, usually filled with lead powder, molded lead, to constitute an effective bludgeoning device. God dang. Where was that? Where was that? 4 men hold up 3? Is that this one? Blackjacks. Yeah. God dang. Like a prison shank, but a pillowcase full of soap bars. God dang. I know I already said that. Sorry, that's my response. Yikes. Thank you for looking that up, Kathy. Thank you. Because I had already forgotten. I would have definitely remembered that in an hour when I was all comfortable. I'd be like, oh yeah, what are blackjacks? Let's see. Oh, there was another short one I was going to read. Oh. Detectives kidnap man. Did I already read that? No. San Francisco, George E. Letcher. Oh, you know he's going to be great. Well, damn. Of San Jose, who was wanted by the Ohio authorities on the charge of arson committed in that state 25 years ago. Stable. And who has been resisting by legal expedience extradition, has been kidnapped. Sorry, my hands are shaky. Where are we? Has been kidnapped by detectives and taken in a launch to Martinez, where the Eastern Overland train was boarded. Letcher is now out of the jurisdiction of the courts of this state. 4 fast-through daily trains to St. Paul and Minneapolis. What is that all about? The best of everything. Ticket offices. Why is there an ad for train travel? Look, it can get you out of the state that you're wanted in. Man seduces detectives that chase him. All right, and then the last one I was going to do this. Since these are like broken and mostly missing. Expects to settle estate despite illness, so delirious and caused a at 68 West 30. Douglas Petrie, innate in both new and social circles, does a glove in the England Tuesday under attendance on an important engagement connected with the settlement of Mrs. Petrie, who is 42 years old, has under the care of Dr. J.C. Iyer Sanitarium had calmed down, that then informed his physician that he was booked for sailing Tuesday and that the engagement was imperative. Everything went well until this afternoon when rose and he again became violent. What? Oh. It was all good till that last word. All right. And that's my favorite story. The one that says, and then asked to be sent to jail. Well educated. Oh, no, that's right. That's the lady that asked to be sent. Okay, cool. All right. Well, this is the old timey newspaper with the itty bittiest little text. It looks huge on my phone screen. This is like a magnifying glass. This is great. Direction of wind. That's cool. I would hate to have to look at the weather this way. I'd be like, wait, what is this number again? And I didn't know what noise to make for the ones that there's no words there. This was the craziest thing I've ever read in my life. That was really, I think, the craziest one, because who does that? I don't know. There were some crazy ones now that I'm thinking about it. There's some really wild stuff in here. And then head on a doll body. She's just a head on a tiny doll body, sitting in a little doll chair in a little doll house. Oh wait, that's a big chair. That's behind her is still the chair. Okay, that's a big chair. She's a doll. That's a real person's head on a doll. Heed on her tiny shoulders. And then this is the porcelain face. I'm not even real. My mouth doesn't open. My cheeks have never moved. Not a crease on my face, 'cause I'm not even real. My hair was carved out of wood and a belt sander. All right. And then here's our conspirator. He's all hands. Here's our conspirator priest. Prominent bishop charged with conspiracy. I know, right? They're all very scary looking. Reverend Ethelbert Talbot, LLD. Ethelbert. Who would have ever thought that Ethelbert could conspire? Don't forget to check out. Oh, that's right. No, I've got screenshots. I took screenshots. Reverend Ethelbert Talbot, one of the most prominent bishops of the Episcopal Church, is the central figure in a sensational case that engages the authorities of his church. He is charged by Reverend Ingram N.W. Irvine with conspiring with other bishops and laymen to ruin him. 2 years ago, Reverend Mr. Irvine had a quarrel with a woman in his congregation. The upshot of that Bishop Talbot unfrocked the young woman, I'm assuming. The preacher brought charges against the bishop, which were dismissed by a committee of inquiry. Now Reverend Mr. Irvine comes forward with the new charges against not only Bishop Talbot, but several other churchmen of high degree. You get them. You get those bastards. Oh, it looks like he's printed on money. Amazing. Ethelbert, you wouldn't have a little baby? You wouldn't give birth to a brand new little baby and be like, I'm going to name my new tiny baby Ethelbert. The baby's all, you named me right in my face. All right. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm obviously very bundled. And I am going to go drink some hot throat coating stuff for my poor voice. BB Ethelbert. And because I have 2 gigs this month. There's only 2 weeks left. But, 3. Tomorrow night I'm going to live stream from our comedy show starting around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time too. So if you'd like to come to a comedy show, be there. It's going to be live streamed from a tiki bar, and there's going to be a female performing drag, and there's going to be a guy performing music. How would I describe his music? I don't know. Weird house music? Poppy, strange music? I don't know. And then there's going to be another comedian who I've never seen before. I don't know at all what to expect, so we'll all learn together. And there's going to be me doing comedy, and there's going to be Mike Dude doing comedy, who some of you have seen before. But I don't think anyone's seen him do comedy. I'll see if I can get him to do some. But yeah, that's tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. And then Marilyn Monday is the next day. So you're getting a lot of me, a lot of this. So my voice is going to have to last. And then I have a character Zoom call, which is a character I've never played before. So I have to figure out a whole outfit and voice and everything. And that's going to be pressure's on. It's going to be interesting. And then New Year's Eve, I have a gig that I have to drive all day for. Yes. And that's Marilyn. So I'll probably live stream the drive with you guys because I'm going to be all alone. There will be no one there besides me. And I'll be in traffic with a bunch of drunk people around me. But I'll have friends. And then I'll probably be driving when the clock strikes midnight. So maybe we'll all count down together and you can tell me when it is. But yeah, every Marilyn Monday, I'm going to have something, at least one thing, maybe two. And then every Spooky Saturday, I'm going to have something. And I usually try to do a costume, but I had to do a tour tonight. And then plus tomorrow. So yeah. It would be if I wasn't so lonely. If I didn't need society to keep me active, to keep my mind from complete. Oh, I guess I could do like a book on tape. I just finished 1984, and now I'm listening to The Haunting of Hill House, which as it goes, I think I've read it. I know I've read Hell House by Thomas Harris, but The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson seems similar but new and different. I've seen the movies, a couple of versions. I saw Vincent Price, Hill House, and I saw the newer one. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it, but it does make your dreams strange when you fall asleep listening to a spooky male voice reading to you about a haunted house. A lot of fun. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, I guess. I should probably get some sleep, and hopefully I don't get attacked by a bear trying to get back to my car. Awesome. Thank you very much, Alyssa and Kathy. You guys are troopers. Stoner Jesus, if you're still here, amazing that you even saw my live stream happen. And David C. was here. That was awesome. I think that's everybody that's here. Well, it says there's 5 people here. So whoever else you are, thank you for watching. Hit the like button. I hope you subscribed because I'm going to do some more of this. If you enjoyed this, I got obviously quite a few more pages to come. 12 pages, so another 9 hours worth of reading these articles. So tune in. Thank you so much. I love you guys, man. Honestly, I've had my YouTube channel since 2017, and this is the first time anyone's really been here with me while I do all this nonsense. Thank you, Midnight Rider, for the super chats. I know you're not here anymore. And Chris G, if you're listening at work, thank you. TJ probably fell asleep too. That's all right. I forgive you. I appreciate you. You're in Germany, so it's fine. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love you all very much. Thank you. Good night, my sisters. Bye.